world has changed. Gone to hell, more like. It started when magic came back. The Awakening, some called it. You're rubbing elbows with orcs, elves, even trolls these days. Meanwhile, megacorps bleed the world dry, one board meeting at a time. They own just about everything. But not us. We're Shadowrunners. Mercenaries, operating in the margins, working dangerous jobs for the desperate and the powerful. Being a runner takes more than skill and street smarts. You want to live long enough to get paid, you'll need a team, the right talent for the job. Maybe that's a mage, someone who can fry your enemies with deadly spells. A good decker can jack into the Matrix and bypass the toughest security without leaving a trace. Adepts, riggers, shaman, and don't forget your street samurai. Packing enough firepower and cyberware to take on a small army. Man, magic, and machine. Takes it all to survive in the shadows. Welcome to the Sprawl.
Welcome to Shadowrun Corporate Sins. We're back with a full complement of runners. Everybody's here.
The table is full again.
I don't actually have any announcements, which is strange. I probably should have an announcement. But instead, I shall just remind you that we are still doing donations for Edge. Edge for donations for Edge. If you donate $25 and specify the name of a character or myself, they will be awarded a point of edge to use for dramatic things like jumping onto moving vehicles and maybe not dying. Yeah. Or delivering dramatic monologues and maybe not dying. There's a theme here. So, last week we completed our first run for one of the corporations, and this week we shall find out which corporation managed to win or lose, depending on your definitions of success, the lottery to hire Team Mfek. But in the meantime, we have had a few weeks away from our runners in the world of Shadowrun. We'd like to know a little bit more about what they have gotten up to. What sort of shenanigans did they find themselves doing in the past few weeks, from destroying portions of Mainframe's van and recovering from, being unconscious and various other fun things that they might have been doing. So we'll start down the line with Cromwell and his most recent escapades.
Right, well, I spent the time volunteering for a non-profit organization. What's name is the Bear Doctor Society. They didn't really ask me to volunteer, but there was this, sensitive political standoff going on at the Fort Lewis Zoological Gardens over this poor bear what was donated by the Bear Doctors. And get this, UCAS and Ares, they went and performed cybernetic research on this poor bear. So, I don't know what you read on the news, but I helped them out a little bit there, and concurrently, I adopted a pet from a shelter. He's a big dog named Bernie. Cromwell is covered in scratches and cuts and bandages.
But this is the team all meeting up again for drinks, explaining to each other.
Just be certain, though, your uniform is still perfect, right?
Of course, yes. The suit has been tailored and is in perfect condition. Just his skin is not looking so good.
Great. Elsie.
So, I decided to do something I've never done before, which is I decided to go to high school.
Ooh.
Spin-off.
Why?
So my education was kind of interrupted with moving and everything, and I kind of hadn't gone to school for a couple of years. So I decided I wanted to get my GED and kind of just learn stuff. So I've been doing a lot of online classes, but occasionally I have to show up there. So I don't go very often, but my second time I went, I actually met this group of mean girls, and they came up to me, and one of them tried to bully me, and so I made her cry, and then I became their leader. So I have a clique now. I don't really think I'm gonna keep them. But it's nice to have help with homework.
What is the gang called?
We don't have a name. Should we have a name?
Yeah, you should. What are your
Oh my-
initials?
I think I want to think about it and not say something out loud that might stick for a couple months.
That's fine. Don't do it.
Longer.
Also, I went shopping with the money we made, and I bought murder armor, which is amazing.
What do you mean by murder armor?
It's armor, but instead of having like Kevlar bits, I mean, which it does, but it has blood packs in it, and so if somebody shoots me, I can totally pretend to be dead.
Murder armor.
Yeah, it's
Murder armor.
The PR department really works well.
And Fang.
Okay, so Fang immediately just looks like, instead of that really tailored, nice jacket with the SWAT team, she's full in now. Like, she's got big gloves. The arms are still, but she's got like what are these called? Elbow pads and knee pads and so much armor and Kevlar and straps just everywhere. And she's got a helmet on the table that's bright yellow, and Fang is spray painted on it. The fun of it, but she didn't do a good job, so the F and the A and the N is really big, but the G is really small just to fit it on the screen.
Are they like on the visor?
Yeah, it's
so
all
she
on the
can't see?
no, she can see through it, but it's just on the visor. Bang, but it's Bang.
Didn't quite fit the G on
No,
there.
the G, it was not well planned. It was not well planned. And Fang's been there for a while. She's had there's a couple alcoholish things.
Empty
Beers?
glasses?
Yeah,
Okay.
alcohol
Does
things.
your helmet say fangirl?
Fang. See right here. So, unlike you guys, I worked this entire time. I worked with a different. So,
Well,
I don't know if I.
volunteered.
No, dude. Don't interrupt. So, I met my old crew. Oh, not my. Okay. I used to work for this guy who was my mentor. His name was Lance. He is so cool. And I went and I was like, dude, I suck at shadow running. A lot. And so he.
Fang, what the fuck are you wearing?
Right, that was the first thing he said. So we went shopping, and then he took me on like 4 or 5 runs. I didn't get paid. It was an internship, and it was not paid.
Okay.
Didn't deserve it. And he taught me everything that I forgot in police academy. So this is like, I'm ready. I'm so ready for this. Mark my words, guys. This is like Bang 2.0.
Exciting.
Do you want to wear the helmet? It's pretty fun.
Maybe we'll get to that.
Mordecai.
So Mordecai stopped in and visited Talia at her shop, purchased a few things. Mentioned to her that he's come into some money now, and there's a project that they had talked about at one point, and so they may revisit that at some point. But in the meantime, he went back out to past the Redmond Barrens into Snoqualmie Falls, back where he did his initiation, and was meditating there. And he began exploring, and after exploring the area around that part of Falls City on the outskirts, he found an old abandoned sort of amphitheater kind of area. And near there was a Quonset hut, a steel sort of like tube, or half tube, I guess, that's made into a cabin that was old and overrun and abandoned. And so he forced the door on it, went inside, and saw that it hadn't been used for anything, so he took out an old bag of possessions and began hanging them around the Quonset hut. Old seashells and sand dollars, starfish, things like that, as well as a jar of sand from the ocean that he spread around the perimeter. And it took him about 4 days to do all of this work. But at the end of it, he now has a magical lodge out by Snoqualmie Falls. And sitting there meditating on the two things he purchased from Talia, one of them is a pine cone, and he can read on it the astrally etched into it is the description of a spell, and meditating on that spell. And I need to roll dice for this part, but
Dice roll.
so it takes him 3 days of studying it, but he learns the Manescape spell from it, which lets him alter basically the astral signatures of things in the area, and so he can use it to basically make his own astral signature appear mundane or differently, or change other people's astral signatures to appear different. And he also studies a piece of bark that has a spell inscribed on it, and from that one, in another 3 days, he learns the physical barrier spell, which lets him create barriers out of thin air. Having done this, he finishes his meditation and returns to the city.
Mainframe.
Well, it was tough waking up. That was not. There were a few too many people in my apartment,
All of us?
and I had to do a lot of thinking. It pissed me off a lot that they were taking such advantage of these people. Just because someone has shitty circumstances doesn't mean their life is worth any less than anybody else. So I spent some of the time just helping a couple of the other patients out, with a couple of tasks, getting them back into the swing of things. And I spend a fair amount of time in my sort of separate automotive workshop area, sort of co-located workshop, carefully pounding out the shape of a fire hydrant from one side of the vehicle, and trying my best to do a little bit of a touch-up paint on a couple of holes of questionable provenance. And I let the rest of the crew know that if we want glass protecting us again, that's going to be 200 million to each of you to chip in for the new windshield.
Wait, windshield? We didn't break a windshield.
Back shield.
Back shield.
Oh,
Rear.
The
Rear
back window.
windshield.
The rear windshield.
It was a little windy.
Oh, I forgot, I also bought brass knuckles.
That's how.
My mainframe's telling you. So it's gonna be 200 million. Oh, I forgot. Also brass knuckles.
Look at these.
So, a lot of time spent in the shop on the van. And I also, because I was particularly energized by the Daphne situation, I found that coming a little bit more naturally to me, and that kind of encouraged me to work on my performance skills a little bit. And
Did you go take an improv class?
I did some role-playing games on, in the Matrix.
Yeah.
We start slow. We start where we're comfortable. But she did. she priced out maybe an improv workshop or two. But
That's the next step.
it's later right now. Interacting with those folks, those patients, also gave her a chance to kind of hide how upset she was on their behalf and just be helpful. Also, I charge Cromwell 100 million for a fake pet ID.
All right, thank you. Just, you've got my bank password. Yeah, I wrote it down right here. And take the money out for the windshield and for a gum pot if you've got time for it.
Wait.
Your password is Cromwell.
Don't say it out loud. Others can be listening.
Wow, I missed you guys. This is, Yeah. So what did you say about a gun? Oh, by the way, I also went shopping, and I asked Elsie to come with me. And we had to go on the weekend. 'cause
Which
she's doing
people
schools.
should when they go shopping.
This is great.
And I invested in a chameleon suit with a couple of enhancements so that I can better hide myself when I'm going into VR and we're doing these runs. It can be a little stealthier. So that is now something I have. And you know, I bought. She pressured me into buying a dress. I don't think I'm gonna wear it. You know, I'm having buyer's remorse. But she kept talking about the gala and all that stuff.
Secretly, Mainframe just puts it on every night and like twirls.
I'm not saying anything. I can't confirm it's it's in my closet. That's what I'm saying. That the dress is in my closet.
Oh yeah. No, I completely understand.
Does it have a slit up the side? Do you?
I thought they all did.
The good ones do.
I know. Otherwise, how can you get to your guns?
So, quick thing. Mainframe, you have another 2 points of edge and more.
Oh.
Thank you for the early donation. We haven't even done anything yet.
Yeah, God.
Speaking of doing
Some of
things.
us bought dresses, so.
Speaking of doing things, Elsie had received, probably maybe a day before, communication from your fixer. I assume you have one. Yes, you have a fixer. Great. If not, I'm gonna go to the next person down the line who has one. Communication from your fixer saying that they had a run that if you were interested in, and I assumed you probably said you were, and so they gave you the contact information for a Mr. Johnson who would like to speak with you. If you contact them, they will give you a meet location about a potential run for a corporation.
Okay. I respond to that message as soon as I am out of class.
You don't do it while you're in class? Wow, you're so well behaved.
I'm trying to focus.
Boo.
Good work, Elsie. I'm proud of you. I know, it's hard.
Yeah, I say, let's meet up. We'd love to hear more about the job.
Great. So the Johnson will give you, the location of a pretty nice bar in downtown. They'll say, you go up to the bouncer and ask for MCT. Yeah, MCT. They will lead you to the correct room. They'll give you a time and date, which will be tomorrow at 8 p.m.
We bet.
All right. At the club. We're at the club. Just the club.
Yeah. Oh, and when you look it up, it's a nice place. Maybe somewhere you should wear a dress to.
I hyperventilate a little bit. Things have escalated quickly.
If I wear a dress, I can't wear my murder armor.
Well, can you wear it nicely over it, or is it like?
You're gonna go meet a Johnson.
I know, but I want to try it out. So how? I know.
You're not gonna be like, I don't like you. I'm gonna shoot you now.
No, but I'm just thinking, if
trying
the
to
bouncer gives me too much trouble.
You're just gonna seppuku.
I think those blood packs are 300 million each, so it better be a.
Better use it all the
I'm
time.
gonna really have a good amount of fun for that 300.
Can we try one out? Can we do one in front of them to be like, don't mess with us?
We have to wait for it. Just do it whenever.
You could trip the waiter and make it look like they got food all over you.
Yeah, and
Get
then
a free meal.
No, we can then sue them. I get
Blood
it.
food.
Alright,
A blood
we agree to the meetup.
Great. So do you want to discuss anything amongst yourself beforehand, or shall we do a time passes?
Do we need to discuss anything? Is there a minimum, now that we've scored a larger run, is there a minimum amount of money we're willing to accept for a run?
Minimum. Oh,
Now that we have standards?
$5,000 is nice and even.
I'll do it for free for the right cause, but if I don't like it. Oh, right, negotiating. I like snooing.
Do you want me to bring all the guns, or to Johnson meetings, or 0 of the?
Probably some of the guns. I mean, it's a club, so I assume that.
Anyone who has like etiquette knowledge can maybe roll.
How
for,
many
like,
guns do I
like,
bring?
How many guns do you bring to?
I think if you don't bring any guns, you're just a bad shadow runner. I think
Yeah,
that's what that looks like. But do you want to?
Tell me how many guns I bring.
I got one hit. How many guns do I think you bring to a nice club?
To a nice club, somewhere between the, less than 3. Less than 3 guns to a nice club.
Oh, I have to put one.
Definitely less than 3.
It's gonna be
All right.
some tough
See
decisions.
what I'll see. Thanks. Okay.
You probably only bring like maybe a light sidearm. Like it's a nice club. Like the bouncers will not be happy if they see you walking in with obvious weaponry, which is part of why the Johnsons might do a meet at a location like this, so that they feel safe. Like Shadowrunners are never the people in power at the meet.
Right. Great.
And if
Then
you
I-
want the money, you respect that.
I'm gonna bring my taser glove and a light pistol and call it good.
I'll bring the ceremonial tomahawk. What I got from the bear doctors.
I'm wearing the exact same clothes I've been wearing for months.
You didn't go shopping?
I did go shopping. I got 2 new spells and brass knuckles.
Big Papa. The brass knuckles. I got.
I have clothes I can give you.
I show up with my armor jacket and my Ares is hidden inside the jacket, and I'm wearing the dress, which does have a long slit and is black lace over purple back.
Ooh. Super. Is it?
And I look highly uncomfortable. Just
I wear the same clothes I normally wear, but I put on some eyeliner.
That's what the mean girls taught you.
Yeah. I can do a cat eye now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No guns, one sword.
So if you go up to the bouncer and you say, we're here for MCT. Just no one's thought to figure out what that's fine.
Oh, what?
MCT?
I have a ton of corporate knowledge.
Yeah,
so do
it's
you need me to roll?
Mitsuhama computer
Yeah,
technology.
Oh, okay.
I just assumed everyone knew that, but maybe they did not.
A clever riddle solved again by Team MFEC.
And so you head in, the bouncer, like, especially Mordecai is gonna give you, like, a very dirty look. Like, clearly you do not fit in, but he kinda has to let you in because you gave the right words or letters.
I give him a dirty look back.
Excuse my dear friend, he's new money.
You mean no money?
Oh, he said he recently came into some, from what I heard.
Alright,
I haven't said anything of the
upstairs,
sort.
through third door down the left or whatever, they give you directions. So you head up the stairs, you go in. The bar, but like it's just the beginning of the evening, so like they're clearly still, everyone's setting up, like the bartenders are kind of running around. There's no patrons in there right now. The lights are like at that like awkwardly high level in a nightclub where it's like you really didn't want to see the floor with any light on it. But it's there. And you head upstairs, and the mood shifts a little bit, but you can feel some of the bass through the floor. And you go in, and in the room there is just 2 individuals. There's one very heavily armed, clearly looks like a bodyguard. For those of you who, they kind of have like not like quite a samurai-esque vibe, but like a little bit. Like they've got a katana. They're unlike Fang's bright yellow helmet, their full body armor is very well tailored, very classy.
Old school.
And then the other individual is sitting in there. They've got tie and blazer on. Sort of gesture to take a seat.
I sit down.
We all do.
I'm good.
You're late.
Our apologies. We had a little bit of trouble at the door.
The bouncer doesn't have any idea of what class is. Class is capability, it's not in what you wear. And I look at the guy in the suit as I say that.
We appreciate you calling us to this meeting. We're very interested in hearing what the job is.
Simple. We are looking for some individuals to help us with a test flight of a new aircraft that Mitsuhama has developed. We need a team to try it out, see what it's like. I can mostly guarantee it will not explode, but we do need some feedback at the end of it. And when you arrive at our facilities in Japan, we'll also like you to test out some additional equipment that we are looking to send to market.
Oh, what kind of equipment are we talking about?
Oh, well, we would discuss with you what you think you would be most capable of testing and providing valuable feedback on. Obviously, I'm just gonna look at Mordecai. Not everyone is good with computers, so we wouldn't want to influence our results.
Are you implying something when you say that? Say that to me? I'm good with computers. Here, give me your comm link. I'll show you.
All right.
That's not necessary.
You need to roll a composure.
Is that a
You
thing?
hold it together.
Yeah, 16.
That's a lot of dice.
4 hits.
Okay. You just about hold it together. He's like, looks back at Elsie. Just chooses to ignore that.
So I guess I'm curious what you think a group of shadow runners can provide to your test flight that you wouldn't have employees do.
Sure. Give me an etiquette.
I mean, I know the answer to that. We are, in fact, our reputation is known wide for being the best at what we do.
Oh.
Although that is not exactly flying planes.
Shadowrunners are more expendable. You are not a needed resource. You're not part of the Mitsuhama family.
You wouldn't have to replace us if something happened.
No.
So there is some risk of.
Oh, certainly. We would be providing you compensation given the potential for injury or death.
And what would that compensation be?
3,000 New Yen for the test flight, and an additional 2,000 for testing the equipment when you arrive.
I have a question. Are any of them metahumans?
No. The two in the room, they are not.
Say, my experience with Japan is that they're not very nice to some of us non-human types. What kind of guarantee do we have that we get flown back from Japan in one piece and not sent to some place like Yomi Island or whatever the new Yomi Island Japan has is?
Japan does not have a policy of metahuman incarceration simply because they are metahumans.
Not anymore, but when I was born you did.
People and places change. I'm assuming you're not the same as you were when you were born.
Well, I'm bigger, but I'm the same person underneath. All I'm asking for is a guarantee that we get back here.
We will provide a means for you to get back.
I think given the level of risk to us and the precautions that we're going to have to take for our metahuman members, we're going to need more money than what was quoted just now.
Negotiation.
More money.
While she's negotiating, I make eyes at the security guard and cross my legs.
Do you pull like the slit up to
Oh yes, definitely.
show a little more thigh?
No, dude, mainframe. Totally.
Bang, you have a point of edge.
Totally. Same with you. Thing yelled that.
have a
Yes!
9.
Mainframe is now perplexed. She does not know what is going on.
Him! Yeah! Yeah!
Oh.
Old school! Yeah!
Are you done?
Depends. Depends.
Miss Elsie, correct? Miss Elsie, you make a reasonable point. There is, it is a aircraft, untested on metahumans as of yet. And you do represent a large amount of diversity, which will be useful for us in providing more robust results to provide feedback to potential customers that this will be a comfortable experience for them. We're prepared to offer you up to 7,000 for both the test flight and 7,000 for the test flight and an additional 3,000
Apiece.
apiece.
I think if you can make it 10, we'll have a deal.
So,
Oh, sorry. You
No.
said 7.
yeah, 7 plus 3. Have you graduated high school?
Nope.
Good.
So 10?
10 apiece.
I'm not comfortable with flying. I have spells that I've put on myself that I had to invest greatly in. I'm taking on additional risk to those spells by putting myself in an airplane between background counts and barriers that I can't control. I'm going to require an extra 5,000 up front.
Negotiation.
3 hits.
Well, I appreciate your concern regarding the potential that you have. There are no mana or other barriers that would impede your spells. Additionally, we do not leave the atmosphere during this flight, so you are not risking leaving the Gaiosphere. That is unfortunately not a request we will be able to make. You can choose to stay behind and not take the 10,000 Nuyen.
What if I take alternate travel there?
Then again, you will not get the 10,000 Nuyen or the 7,000 for the test flight. We'd be able to provide you the 3,000 for testing the equipment upon your arrival. It's your decision. I assume the rest of you are comfortable with this agreement, in which case I will see you at the Mitsuhama Airfield just outside of Seattle, send you the address tomorrow morning at 6 a.m.
Great. We will be there.
I say something very polite and thanks to him in Japanese. 'Cause I have.
Arigato gozaimasu. That is the amount of Japanese I've learned from anime. and yes. Hi.
Hi.
So both individuals will leave the room, and you'll probably have a little bit of time before someone knocks on the door and tells you to get out.
Mordecai, is it specifically that you are afraid that your spells and whatnot will be affected by flight, or you don't want to be in the air?
Well, it could be a little of both.
I flip my jammer on before they continue any further in this conversation.
I don't like being in control of where I'm going. It's dangerous to my spells and it's dangerous to me.
So if we put you... Well, actually, I don't know. If we put you under, it may not qualify for flight.
Look, magical barriers are the least of our worries. Don't you know what the Japanese imperial state did to metahumans? There's a reason all was an orphan, and it's thanks to Japan.
Look, I didn't go to high school either. I don't know all of these details.
I think there's something that they're not telling us, but...
Yeah, I'm worried about that too. I don't know how testing a plane on metahumans. Normally you just sit in them, so that has me concerned.
They want us there, which means they're probably not going to do anything until we get there. And when we get there,
we leave.
Oh, yeah, and guns are going to work there, so we'll be fine.
Here's the thing, some number of years, Japan just rounded up all the metahumans and put them on an island, Yomi Island, and killed whoever tried to stop it. I'm just saying that we've got to be careful, at least Fang, me, and Mainframe. Especially Mainframe, if you're gonna try to hide what you are.
Hello, Dwarf here.
Well, dwarves too, I suppose. I'll forget sometimes that you're not just a short, grumpy old man.
Well, so let's just make sure we're all looking out for each other. I'm not gonna lie, this is a lot of good money that we can't
nothing.
let pass up.
Mainframe, you have another 3 points of edge. I think people missed you.
Thank you.
Let's get to hacking.
Well, I think we should have a code word. I think we should have a safe word. If anybody feels like this mission is like something that we're in harm, you know, and that something is happening that wasn't what was promised.
I'm just not comfortable with this. Why would they need us on a plane that they can remotely pilot anyway?
They said they needed somebody to fly the plane. That is also concerning. Have you?
They did not say that they needed someone
Oh,
to
they
fly the
didn't?
plane. No, you were intended to be passengers.
Ah, okay, great.
Well, look,
You are definitely not flying.
Thank God.
What?
No one knows how to fly a plane.
I do.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, we have 2 people who know how to fly a plane.
That's what.
I can fly a plane.
Here's the thing.
How hard could it be?
I can legally fly a plane.
They probably underestimate us. Of course, they're taking advantage of us. That's what corporations do. But if they underestimate us, we can take advantage of them.
You know what we could do? We can do the thing that we did last time where we slightly skim off the surface important things that we can sell to other corporations. Like,
Interesting.
From our employer.
yeah.
Let's
It's a contract basis. It's not like we're full-time employees or anything.
I agree we need a safe word, and I also think that we.
Mainframe, you have corporate knowledge, right?
Yeah.
So you're. Go ahead and give me a corporate knowledge roll. Just so how much do you know about Mitsumama?
I got 2 hits.
Their main thing is that they are kind of a zero tolerance. So you either succeed and get paid very, very well, or you fail and you never work for them again, and may or may not survive.
All right.
Like, especially if you like borrowed anything, like got any sort of advance or anything, and don't succeed on it, they do not react well to that.
So I would never make this comparison to their face, but Mitsuhama, they certainly are inspired by the Yakuza in a couple of ways. Mostly the part where they kill you if you let them let them down.
Also, they are basically the Yakuza with a corporate front.
Right. I mean, I don't mean to imply that they're actually the Yakuza. You can read between the lines if you like. But our standard operating procedure of kinda adequate, they endanger our lives.
Great.
And if we turn on them, then they got the zero zone. Every Shadowrunner knows you turn on Mitsuhama, and you're a goner.
So maybe not steal the stuff.
That seems.
Play
But-
by the books, play it smart.
Play it. I could do that.
Laura, hi, what would you like the safe word to be?
Dandelion.
Got it. Dandelion.
So if anybody feels like they see something that doesn't jive with what we've been told, use a safe word.
Start screaming dandelion.
Sounds like
I
a
don't.
plan.
I don't like it. You
Alright.
go along. I don't.
What, is there
Sharky.
any flow?
Sharky tells me I need to be strong, and I can't do that if I stay behind.
Is there anything we can do to make you more comfortable with this? Help out?
I can score you a sedative probably downstairs.
Yeah.
You still have a dose of bliss.
I'm not giving that to Mordecai.
Let's.
It's also like expensive. I
It's
don't
like
want him addicted to drugs.
50 Nuyen.
I highly recommend we avoid the drugs because we know the drugs ruin lives. We went to high school. I know they played the
I'm saying,
video.
like, get him something the equivalent of like a aspirin.
I don't have a headache.
No, I'm just saying, like, you know, like a mild tranquilizer.
Well, it can't hurt to have that.
All right. So is there anything in particular you guys are gonna? They're gonna like knock on the get out.
I'm really worried, really quick.
Thank you, 5.
Are they gonna check our do we need like passport? We're going to Japan.
I assume it's on their
It's on the corp
private
jet.
corp.
Great.
We're okay.
I'll need to arrange for 4 or 5 of members of the Bear Doctor Society to walk my dog.
Okay. So anything you guys need to take care of before you leave on a jet plane?
How much time do we have?
Tomorrow morning.
Till tomorrow morning. So you probably have like 12 or so hours.
Well, if I have 12 hours, I'm going to spend some time working with Sharky and develop my leadership skill so that I can actually take command better in the situations where I'm going to have to be dealing with these sort of dangerous and unfamiliar scenarios. So he and I go through a short training montage.
Perfect.
He's like, saying things to me. Tell me what you need.
Just like that?
Yeah.
Great. Montage.
So I gain a leadership skill.
Nice.
All right. Anyone else? You're finding dog sitters.
Yeah, and about
6 dog sitters.
right, and about 10 bags of dog food.
If they could also, could you ask them to send someone for my dog? I have a Boston Terrier named Captain Pickles that lives with me in my Fremont apartment, and so I want to make sure he's all set to go. You know, to stay. And I also I call up my deputy mean girl, and I'm like, "Hey Charlotte, I need you to take notes for me in class."
Oh my god, fine. I guess I'll take notes for you.
Oh my god, your hair is so cute.
Oh, thank you. I had a cut yesterday. No, I'll totally make sure. I'll take really good notes. I'll even put hearts over my eyes too.
Okay. Miss you, love you, bye.
Bye.
Ugh.
Right.
Anyone else have anything they need to take care of? Mainframe.
Well, I changed out of my dress
No.
and then put that back. Was kind of disappointed that the evening did not.
It probably would have been a little better if, say, Fang hadn't been your wing person.
I was great wing person. I let them know directly what was happening. That's the most problem when it comes to flirting is they don't know you're flirting. So you have to just stand up and be like, "Excuse me."
I am flirting!
Yeah. Flirting Guide 101.
Nobody ever accused you of being subtle, Fang.
You are
Rest-
attractive.
Rest assured, everyone will know when you are flirting. You are achieving your goal. And it's been a while since I've been immersed in Japanese, so I go and I look at some of the, just brush up on a few things, especially corporate sort of polite phrasing, addressing others of a status.
Good.
Also, just before we leave, I go back to that club and I just go up to the bouncer outside and I say, "No, you're bad with computers," and then I leave.
Okay. All right. So bright and early, 6 a.m. the next morning, you show up at the Mitsuhama airfield. They've given you ways to get in, and they usher you, and you're greeted both by the Johnson, who sort of reiterates this is the agreement, and hands you off to a couple of very chipper individuals who are like, "We're going to be the stewards on your flight, and really we're just looking for what's the experience like as a passenger. So it's going to be a pretty quick flight. We're flying all the way to Osaka. But once we're there, we're going to be periodically asking you some questions, filling out some questionnaires. So we'll have you can be in first class, and we'll have you in business class, and the last two can be down in economy."
Cromwell is covered in all his weapons. He has his bow, all his arrows, his grenades, 3 tomahawks, 10 knives, 2 shurikens, and I think that's it.
Ladies' night in
And
first
it's-
class.
Wait, which one did I get
Wait,
in?
Economy was Mordecai and Fang.
Yeah!
Cromwell's in business, and then first class is Elsie and Main.
Is it just us on this plane?
Yes.
But we're in different compartments.
Yeah, because they want to be able to ask you what the experience is like in each class. They're doing a test flight.
This is my first time flying. I'm really excited, Big Papa.
I don't
Mainframe
like
is now
doing
self-conscious
it
and
myself.
rearranges her clothing just to make sure, first class is
So
kind
this,
of a big
and
deal.
they'll kind of lead you on, and they'll be like, "So this is our passenger flight model of this. They are also going to be creating. We're hoping, and this is very clearly a salesperson. She is prepping for what's the spiel that you give when it's actual people with money coming on. This is the sales version. This is the economy version. We'll also be releasing military equivalents for individuals that are looking for more stealth. Blah blah blah. And she just keeps talking.
about this.
So we're going to leave you in your areas, and I'm going to be your stewardess this evening, and Sam will be the individual taking care of the other two. And then Sam comes up to me, he's like, "Sir, we have specialized seating that may be more comfortable for you."
Okay.
I'm sorry. We don't have the ticketing system, but you may want to sit over here. Would you like it'll be really awkward and not know if you should ask Mordecai if he needs specialized seating, like
Is there something?
child-sized child-sized like harness.
Booster seat.
I look over at the seats in the aisle and everything, and I think on it a moment. I think this will work just fine.
It probably at full capacity holds maybe 35 passengers. Like it's definitely designed to be like fancy flying. And so you'll get on the flight. That'll take off. They'll periodically.
To be clear, I'm not sitting though in one of the seats. I climb up into the luggage compartment.
Okay.
Sir, I need you to be in a seat. Sir, this is dangerous. Sir, this is not safe.
I said it was fine.
No, you need to be in a seat. Sir, this is against regulation.
Then I would like a smaller seat, please.
Like, he brings out like the booster seat. Like props it up so that it fits you and buckles you in.
Just remember, you could give comments. Fang sits right next to you with a big duffel bag of like weapons and ammo, just right next door.
Over the comm, I say, is everybody doing okay?
They wouldn't let me go to my seat.
We're fine. We're fine. I'm excited.
I would like to astrally perceive to know like who else is on the plane with us. And that's 3 hits.
So as far as you can tell, staff-wise, there is the pilot and a co-pilot, and then the 2, or at least another individual in the cockpit, and then the 2 people that have been talking to you. So as the flight goes on, they'll just like come up to you, and they'll sometimes be doing like actual stewardess and like stewarding things where they'll offer you refreshments, and then periodically they'll just like be like, okay, I need you to fill out this sheet of a questionnaire, and like by the end of it, you've done like 50 sheets of a questionnaire. And you're really tired of answering the same questions over and over again. On a scale of 1 to 10, how comfortable would you rate these seats after 10 minutes?
Are these on paper?
No, they have like the
Oh,
digital
little tablets. Thank
paper
God.
tablets that
I wouldn't know how
They
to.
don't work with my fingers.
Do they have tea? And if so,
Oh,
is
you are disappointed by their tea selection.
then I just mark everything as disappointed.
All of it is green. It's only green teas. So they have mostly only green teas, no black teas. It is very clearly like the matcha sort of green tea and stuff like that. Because it's not catering for that side of the.
We'll make it
the
very
Atlantic.
clear exactly what types of teas they should have.
I turn to Elsie and I'm like, look, I know you haven't been necessarily Shadowrunning terribly long, what with the being a teenager and everything, but this is highly abnormal, this level of comfort.
It's a little strange. I'm curious to see if they're breaking us up in the classes that they did. Continue.
When we get there, you mean?
Yeah.
That will be.
I have to say though, I mean, you know, testing a flight, this is like if there's like a special corner of Shadowrunning that's just like testing flights, I can sign up for that.
About halfway through, there's just like suddenly like massive amounts of turbulence and like a siren goes off, and then they come out like everything's fine, stay in your seats, please.
Sure.
And then everything goes back to being calm again, and that happens like 2 or 3 more times. And we're beginning our descent now into Osaka. Please fasten your seatbelts and prepare for landing. We need your seat backs upright and tray tables in the locked and upright position.
Do you think Mitsuhama have they recently gone into aerospace and whatnot?
Do I know that off the top of my head?
I mean, Mitsuhama is mostly, like, their big thing is computer, but they kind of have their hand in everything, like most of the corps do. Tech is probably more their, like, tech as a whole, rather than, like, media, like Horizon is known for it and stuff like that.
Well, I'm sure living on a tiny island has inspired them to pursue things that get them off the tiny islands.
One thing I want to do is I'm going to be pretending to sleep, but I'm actually going to astrally project into the cockpit, and I want to see if I can overhear anything being said.
Everything that you hear is pretty standard. Like, it sounds like they're talking about how to fly an airplane, and then, you know, like their wife, and their 2 children that are obnoxious.
All right.
So you land. They take you off. They thank you for all of the surveys and questionnaires that they did, and then they hand you off. And you realize that it's the same Johnson that you left. They're like, took a different flight here. Welcome. So we're going to take you into our R&D facility now to resume with the additional portion where we would like the testing. Yes.
What time is it here? My clock is not adjusting.
It's probably. Wait, they're ahead. I'm actually trying
They're
to.
ahead by
time.
10, or it depends on when.
I think so. They're like the next day, right?
Okay, so it is okay.
Yeah,
it's
like
daytime.
We've lost daytime. You've lost it. It's daytime. Time zones. Sorry, wasn't prepared for that question.
That's okay.
So they lead you into like what looks like another conference room that's pretty close to where you landed. You sit down with the Johnson. So we would actually like you to do a field test of this equipment. So there's an additional component for this run that we would like to hire you for.
My ears are kind of plugged up from the flight. You're gonna have to say that a little louder.
Is this in addition to what we were discussing before?
Yes. The equipment testing will still be the same, but we will provide you with additional compensation if you can complete this for us. Alternatively, you can choose to leave now and find your own way back.
I assume when you say field testing, you mean in pursuit of something?
Yes. We have an extraction.
Well,
And
we
what equipment precisely are we talking about?
So we've assessed your skills based on what we understand of you, and you guys all have your little nifty cards. If you'd like to take a look at the equipment that they are offering you.
So to be clear, you're altering the deal where you said we would be provided by the means to return.
Oh, you have the means to return. You just have to do something for it first. So no, I am not.
He was fancy with the words.
Mainframe, we would like you to test out a specialized program that will allow you to attack multiple targets and deal additional damage should you need to in the context of information gathering, although it is highly illegal, so don't speak about it too much. Mordecai, we have developed some extra potent reagents that we think should be in a suitable form. They're like little baby teeth. They're like slightly larger. They're shark teeth, but they look more like animal teeth.
What shark did these come from?
They're grown. They're not natural. But it allows us to make them significantly more potent. You'll find them more effective than your standard reagents that you've been using.
According to this, each reagent is equivalent to 1 normal reagent.
Each reagent is equivalent to 2 normal reagents. I may have written that down wrong.
We'll change that then.
That at like midnight cut me some slack. Fang, you are familiar with the Ares assault rifle. This is one of our own that we have developed with an experimental laser sight that should provide you some additional accuracy as well as success in hitting targets that you might need to hit.
Question, looking through it, is there a smart link?
Yes, we can coordinate that with your internal systems.
Good. I'd like to do that.
Elsie, I believe you may enjoy the Streetline special. This one is can be color coordinated, comes with additional concealment capabilities, and also some specialized flechette stick and shock ammo to penetrate more thoroughly while dealing more damage than a standard attack would. And Cromwell, we have some directional gas grenades for you to try. Given it is generally unfortunate when a grenade should affect the party, so you may find this is a more effective means of dealing with individuals that are in your way, directionally.
All right, experimental grenades. Sign me up.
They do need to be wirelessly controlled. If you disable that, then the direction becomes randomized. Just to be clear.
Right, so don't disable the wireless. If I'm more direction.
Or do.
They don't care.
So if you would like to test out this equipment, I will be happy to tell you a little bit more about what we would like you to do.
What's the additional fee that you're offering us for the extraction portion?
It would be an additional 10,000 for completing the extraction.
Each, I assume.
Wait. You do not, to clarify, get to keep the equipment when you are completed.
Do we get 20,000 then?
I just send
And
it.
I assume you'll want us. Sorry.
I just send a thumbs up emoji on the comm link.
And
I cast Force 1 Trid Phantasm to make like Nuyen signs bulge out my eyes.
Roll it.
I assume you'll have some sort of NDA for us to sign regarding the equipment.
Certainly, as well as regarding the test flight that you just went on. Was it, I hope it was enjoyable and
A
pleasant.
lovely flight.
Good.
I think they should offer us a little more for, quote, not altering the agreement.
Yeah, I make the
Call it
Nuyen
reparations.
go away.
Negotiation.
I was talking to Elsie.
Okay.
My comrade here thinks, and I would tend to agree, that given the level of the extraction and being in a country that we're not familiar with for it, that we might need a little bit more compensation for that extraction.
Negotiation.
I want to keep the gun. You don't get to keep the gun. You gotta make a demand. They're never gonna let you keep that.
No.
Fair enough.
You're welcome to find your own way back, or you can take the assignment as agreed.
We'll take the assignment as agreed.
Can I be in first class next time?
I am not in charge of your placement in the aircraft. I'm sorry. That's for our research and development team.
Fair.
I'll put in a good word though if you're do well. You're
We
successful.
appreciate it. So, tell us a little bit about the extraction.
There's an individual. So you've had some dealings with this individual's employer, and we would like you to acquire a Mr. We would say Yoshida Kazuko, but you would say Kazuko Yoshida. Yoshida last name, Kazuko given name, from Shiawase.
Shiawase.
Given your previous success with that corporation, the news has traveled, and we think that you would be a good fit for this particular run.
Does this individual know about the extraction?
No.
Well, the other corporations seem to have something against Shiawase.
That they seem to.
Care to share it with us?
Oh, that was out of game.
didn't say
That was,
that. I didn't
that
say
was
that to
metagame.
Do you have any information about Mr. Yoshida's expected whereabouts, or
Mr. Shishida is an employee at the headquarters of Shiawase in Kyoto. He works directly on their main campus, I believe in the sanitation and coordination or housekeeping management department. Facilities, thank you. Words are hard now.
So you're asking us to extract a janitor?
Yes. I suppose in so many words. I'm sure it won't be hard for you.
Is this a soft extraction or a hard extraction?
They need to be alive.
Is this individual of any strategic value to Shiawase?
I'm not at liberty to say.
it may be that they have a lot of messes. He may be just very good at cleaning. Any other questions for the good gentleman?
Anyone who would like to judge intentions?
Yes! Ha! I'm so excited. You can see it.
Wow. That one.
Oh, okay.
5, 6, 2. So Mordecai and Elsie definitely get the vibe that they are not telling you everything, and that there's probably not just that you guys had dealings with Shiawase in the past, but also there may be some other reason why they would go through such lengths to like kind of force you into the position to take this run. Like, they definitely set you up to be like, you can't say no to this.
We got new guns.
There's more that you're not telling us. We want to know what it is.
I send an emoji of a picture frame.
Mordecai, negotiation. Four. Elsie, you also have a point of edge. He'll kind of look at you and sort of smile and just lean in and say, "Welcome to the business."
Is there another name that this individual has gone by?
Not this individual, no.
I don't feel like we're being set up for success over here.
Mitsuhama wants you to be successful. We have no intention of setting you up for something that you would fail at. What would that gain us?
Another riddle.
Okay.
I think you should just give us whatever information you have on Yoshida? Yeah.
Kazuko, first name.
Zuko.
Yoshida.
Yoshida-san.
Yoshida-san. He is a human male, works around age 32, works at Shiawase in the facilities department on their main campus in Kyoto. That was the word I was looking at. We're currently in Osaka. They're in Kyoto. Side note, it's about a 30-minute bullet train ride away.
We can't ride the bullet train.
You can take whatever method of transportation you would like to get there.
Can you ask for a hotel room? I'm being really good right now. Best behavior. Okay.
Or a base of operations.
Yeah.
Is there a place that we can stay? Do you have a safe house or equivalent? that
Once
we
you
can
have
operate on?
acquired Kazuko, you need to bring him back to our facility here in Osaka.
Okay.
Well, we would be willing to offer you a 2,000 nuyen advance to cover expenses such as transportation. My inflection on that was weird. Transportation and accommodations between here and Osaka, as well as getting yourself started. Now, as a reminder, that is an advance. In order to keep said nuyen, you need to complete the mission.
I just send a message.
Successfully.
I send a message to the group. Taking that advance means they're going to be a lot more upset if we fail.
How about any transportation they can provide?
If we fail, we're probably dead anyway.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter if we take the advance, because things you say that line. Let's do a chat. Let's just refuse the advance, because then if we mess up, they don't we're not in a lot of trouble.
Just a little bit of trouble.
Well, the gear. I'm gonna put this away because I'm gonna.
We'll just stay in a capsule hotel. It'll be fine.
Do they have ones big enough?
You probably have. Nah, they might not actually have troll-specific ones. You might have to get like a double capsule.
We'll decline the advance. I guess we were hoping. What?
Oh, I'm taking whatever money they get.
All right. I guess we're taking the advance.
Well, I am. You all don't have to.
I'll take the money. Who knows what I'm coming out of this with?
Ideally, your life and Yoshida.
Ideally.
That's what Miss Ohama expects.
Well, if Mitsuhama wanted to be a little more forthright, then maybe we'd be in a better position to know what the future holds.
Mitsuhama has told you everything you need to know.
Yeah, well, that's on Mitsuhama then.
Is there, I know you don't want to divulge further information about Yoshida, but can you at least tell us if we should expect him to be a combatant?
From what we know, Yoshida himself will be likely compliant. I wouldn't
When you
expect
say
them
himself,
otherwise.
do you know of any companions who would be less compliant?
Doesn't everyone have at least one friend who's less compliant?
That's a riddle. That's a riddle.
They're all riddles here.
One more question. What about ground transportation? Is just that the advance, or does Mitsuhama want to provide us with the means to...
The advance is intended to provide you the ability to get where you're going. Given that none of you are licensed in Japan, we're not going to take that risk with our transportation. Unless you feel like going to take a driving test, but I don't think you have the time.
I'll take your driving test.
No. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say what to
We'll
do,
take
Big
a bullet
Papa.
train. It'll be fine.
All right. Well, the sooner we get this job done and get out of Japan, the better with me.
Me too.
Great. Any other information you can give us?
Good luck.
Perhaps the address of the main compound of Shiawase?
Yeah, that would be nice.
I can get us that information.
Do you have the Matrix?
It's fine. They're just enthusiastic.
Here, let me Google that for you.
Oh, is he gonna be at the headquarters? Oh, God.
That's where you.
Off to a great start.
I didn't sleep on the flight.
Shadowrunners.
I know.
Fang, I think your helmet's covering up your ears.
Oh, yeah.
I suggest you get on your way.
Domo
Do you want us
arigato
to take
gozaimasu.
the equipment?
Oh, yeah. So they'll take you. They'll get you all set up. They'll hook up your smart link gun.
How many grenades do I have?
They'll give you 3. No, they'll give you 2. I don't want to give you that many.
I bow appropriately and say, Domo arigato gozaimasu.
They I like that you did that. See ya.
I wink back.
Ah!
He flirted with you.
Oh,
He did. I'm helping.
Thank you. Let's go.
Well, you guys
Oldest.
can take the train if you want. I'm going to run. I don't do trains.
I'm happy to take the train. It's a nice rush.
Run next to the train.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Well, then
we
I
can,
want a
like,
front
work
row
out the window
seat.
at you.
So gloss over this part. You guys get on the bullet train. Mordecai runs next to the train.
I need
It's
to
traveling
summon-
like 600 kilometers an hour. No, like 300 kilometers an hour or
I
something. I,
can-
don't remember how fast bullet trains go. It's fucking fast.
I can run.
I rush into the
I
train.
can run
and get-
230 kilometers an hour.
Okay, you don't quite manage to keep up with the bullet train.
All right. Well, I need to summon Sharky to do it anyway. So
6?
4-6, yeah. Uh, 4 hits.
Your net hits are 1.
Okay, so Sharky appears. He's got like a Hello Kitty tattoo on him, and he's wearing like traditional Japanese garb, and he
More like a kimono on
My
the
chunk. Yes, mainframe.
yes, he's wearing a kimono.
Sharky's also moderately offensive.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what
he have
it
a top
sounded
knot?
like to me.
My jaw just
yes, he
drops.
does.
I'm looking out the window and I just slowly.
Oh dear. All right, so you get to Kyoto. You are in Kyoto. You have found the location of the headquarters because you know the Matrix exists.
Now, guys, it's a little embarrassing as the Deca when you ask for the location. I can get us this kind of information. I appreciate the
I was
enthusiasm.
sassing her. Him.
Look, everyone, and I point to the gigantic tower. What is Shiawase in Kyoto?
It says Shiawase.
Take pictures.
Well, I'm sorry. Last time we had to do it ourselves, and that didn't work so well. So I'm not. I appreciate your being here, and I'm sorry that we embarrassed you in front of your boyfriend.
He's gonna be a terrible
Boyfriend's
boyfriend.
a cloud.
No, that's not canon. I mean, Fang says that. No. Wait, there's a cloud?
No, Cloud 9 from the beginning, I think, is what she's
I
talking
know,
about.
but there's a cloud? What's his name?
Every minute longer we're in Japan, I'm getting nervous. Let's get on with the mission before I get put on an island somewhere.
You're not going to an island, Cromie. I won't let him take you.
Whoa, everybody else is summoning giant fancy sharks and talking like we're on vacation.
We are.
I know.
So while they're arguing, I just hop on Matrix real quick.
Yeah.
Just to assess the situation. We're on the sidewalk gawking like tourists.
Yeah, no, and you're white people in Japan, so
Yeah,
no
no,
one is that suspicious.
Green.
You look like
Green.
tourists. Green
And
people.
Gray.
Green and gray. Sorry, you are Caucasian-ish individuals in Japan. You are clearly not from Japan.
I'm a dwarf with a red beard, so.
Super from Japan. 100% fits in.
You might be exotic.
There's like people pointing at you. Like, whoa.
And I just point back at them.
All right, maybe we should get ourselves to someplace a little bit less conspicuous until nightfall.
So if you hop in and you look, the Shiawase host is very large and prominent, and everything. Like the Matrix itself is very busy. There's a lot of traffic going on. It's a hopping place, but it definitely looks like a corporate headquarters host.
Is there any information about tours?
No.
No information about tours. All right.
Give me a Matrix search.
So, we're going to attempt to perform an extraction off the main campus of a AAA corp.
7. They provide some small tours for individuals at twice a day of their the just one building, like their historic building. it's the Shiawase Imori-sama Tatemona, which is that building.
I found some information about a daily tour that maybe one or two of us should go on to.
I wonder if these facilities, do you think his shift is in the evening, or do you think it's...
Well, we can find out once they get in the building and get a little closer to the host.
You notice Cromwell chatting people up. You may notice his Japanese is extremely good, better than his English, in fact. And he seems really comfortable with everybody on this train, other than the fact he's nervous about being in Japan.
To be clear, you guys have gotten off the train since then, but that's okay.
Yes, then there's some chatting up the street.
Okay. All right. So, anything in particular? So you have the ability to get into one of the buildings and maybe get a closer connection to the host. You do notice, from around the outside, you can access the host, but there is a reasonable level of noise just from being in the area. And you do know that Shiawase is running everything on its own grid.
So it sounds like we need to go on a tour, find a bathroom.
Well, that sounds like it's the job for the human and the person who looks like a human.
Yep.
I understand that it sucks. I agree with you that it sucks. And that's why we're gonna get the job done and then we're out of here.
That what sucks?
The racism.
Well, I don't care about the racism. They can be as racist as they want. I don't have to deal with them when I'm back in Seattle anyway, so it's fine.
Elsie,
If they want to be prejudiced, they can be prejudiced. They're all alike anyway.
I appreciate your sentiment here, Elsie, but it's not just Japan. Just go. I appreciate it. I'm not taking any harm. I'm you do you. You do you. Do what needs to get done.
I'm sorry if my support is being construed as unsupportive. So, doing a job. I would like to go into the building.
Yeah, I'm going on a
I
tour.
would like to perhaps learn more about Shiawase as a building and a company, so that I might plot their overthrow.
Please do.
Because I don't really like them. I feel kind of about them. You would say they were at the top of my feelings. So yeah.
I think you actually have a blog that just publishes your shit list that you also curates.
So, do you
Everyone's aware.
thinking a mother-daughter ruse might work out? Do you have any sort of I guess trashy sort of mom trying too hard clothes?
Mom clothes.
You could go shopping in Japan.
I brought my bag. As much as I really want to shop in Japan, we have a job to do, and I don't feel comfortable being in Japan, like making Karami stay in Japan is longer than he has to. So, I bring my bag out. So I think
You're doing this all on the street right now.
let's go get a snack.
There's like a shopping mall relatively close by you could go into.
Yeah.
How about that cat cafe?
Yes.
There is a cat cafe.
Are they real cats? Or are they like
there is
mutated
like
cats?
two separate rooms. There's the like virtual cats where you can just play with cats in VR, and then there's the real cat room. So like if you're allergic to cats, you can just play with the virtual. You can go into the real cat room.
Okay. Yeah. So we need to find you something ill-fitting.
And now you're covered in cat hair, so
I'm just in my head. I'm imagining you guys are in the bathroom, like doing tips, and it's just like a frumpy Fang, and a frumpy Troll, and a frumpy
What?
Mordecai, all covered in cat hair.
there's just a cat on your head.
I've never been frumpy in my life.
Are you frowny right now?
Frowny? Yeah, I'm very frowny.
Grumpy might be the word you were looking for.
Maybe. Frown in front of grumpy is frumpy.
Okay.
I'm very grumpy, but I like the cats. They're kind of cute.
Does Elsie think that Shiawase would let them take a cat on a tour?
Definitely not. Not happening.
All right.
I also don't think the cat cafe would let us take the cat on the tour.
I could talk him into it.
So I kind of arrange myself so that she, it's kind of a cougar thing going on.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I dress a little younger, just a little bit. So
Go ahead and give me a disguise roll, and you can, because you're helping Mainframe, you can roll to assist her disguise roll to see if her hits she could roll.
That's charisma.
Yeah, charisma and disguise.
oh,
Yeah, I don't.
mine's 3.
Okay. And then if you want to assist Mainframe,
What do I roll?
you roll your disguise, and then however
my
many
dice.
hits she rolls, that many more dice.
So if you get it's a critical glitch.
You got no hits
And yeah.
and over half.
Well, it's
misses.
not over. It's two
half
dice.
over. Okay.
So
So you have 2 dice. Well, on the plus side, how many more dice do you roll? How many hits did you get? Okay, roll 1 more die. Hope it's not a 1.
Oh.
Did she roll a 1?
Yeah, I did.
I'm gonna point out that 6.
Yeah, you have 6
you
edge.
have.
Okay. Yes, I would like to use one of these well-intentioned pieces of edge.
I look at her outfit.
She's
and I'm like,
disguised as Mordecai.
So can I just
pull out
re-roll
something
all
else
of
for her
them?
to put on.
Can I re-roll all of them?
Yeah, just reroll all your dice.
I got a hit.
Yay!
I am dressed.
You're wearing clothes. You don't look like that convincing as a cougar, but you don't look like you're out of place on a tour of Shiawase's historic Emorisama building.
So, just the 2 of you are going on the tour?
I think so.
And what's the objective?
I would like to sneak in somewhere into a quiet corner and do a little bit of digital reconnaissance.
I'm gonna see who I can talk into what.
Comms on.
Comes on.
Comes on.
All right.
Okay. We are staying here
Yes.
In the cat cafe.
in the cat cafe.
I'm okay with that.
All right.
Here's
Mordecai, do you want to like? Is there anything you can do from Cat Cafe to see what kind of magic we'd be up against?
Well, I mean, I can tell you what I know about Shiawase's magical security. I can find it. Ooh, 6 hits.
Like during the daytime, if they're having people come in, it's not going to be anything like crazy in those areas. They'll probably have like astrally perceiving or projecting mages as well as spirits. Like, so if you're going to try any funny business magically, they're going to be aware of it. So like some bits of magic, like if you came in with like an aura or something like that, they're probably not going to call you on it. But if you start casting any spells or something, anything, they'll definitely deal with you right quick.
Right. I think the two of you they're going to have magical security on site, but the two of you not casting magic, I don't think you're going to have anything to worry about. They will have astrally projecting magicians and spirits, but they're probably looking for magical threats, not mundane threats.
I mean, I don't know how suspicious it would be if all 5 of us went. I mean, it's a tour, so we do have a reason. Like, we don't have to conceal anybody.
Could certainly have a distraction at some points. There's
They're
no.
definitely not going to be okay with like heavily armored, weaponized people. You know,
I'm not going.
like bringing your katana in would get you
Just
probably not very far.
I'm available if you want, but I'll trust the two of you to get this part of the job done.
Yeah, it's up to you. If you want the support, I can go in, but I'm fine staying here.
Why don't we keep our magic users under the hood for now, so they don't so that you're surprised later on.
All right, so you guys head in. You go up to the front gate of the compound or facility and adjust your boobs and smile at them, and the guard will greet you and ask what you're here for.
And I explained in Japanese that my daughter and I would like a tour of the respectable Shiawase Corporation. We had read on the Matrix that such things were available.
Excellent. And they'll compliment you on your Japanese and say they don't get many tourists that speak Japanese, and kind of basically direct you down like the fenced walkway to like be like, this is the building that we offer tours of, and it's like this beautiful historic building. It's clearly, what's funny is historic in the sense that it's been there for like 100 years. So to us today,
Like 60s architecture kind of.
yeah, it's like 60s architecture. It's back when like Shiawase, or it might even be more like 80s or 90s architecture. So like a lot of like glass, weird shapes that are glass, and for no reason everything is just like visible and stuff. But like kind of weirdly mixed in with like very old Japanese architecture. So there's like gargoyles on the roofs that are sloping, but then also these like modern office glass walls. Like, and it's got labeled the Shiawase Morisama building, who's the founder of Shiawase, and lead into the main entrance, where there's like very clearly several more security guards, and another individual who will greet you and say, "Oh, are you here for the tour?" I speak English.
Oh.
Maybe
Yes,
she was
we're-
greeting you.
My daughter and I, she's trying to make career decisions, and she was very curious about how Shiawase came.
Very nice. Well, we are going to promptly begin the tour in 3 minutes. So feel free to admire the architecture. This building was built in 1992. It's one of the oldest buildings on our campus. It's very historically significant, and please feel free to read the information along the walls.
How long have you worked here?
Oh, me? This is my 3rd year working the tours for the reputable Shiawase Corporation.
You don't happen to know a Mr. Ushida-san? He's a cousin of mine, but we lost touch. I thought he might work here.
The name isn't familiar to me, unfortunately.
Well, it's a big company.
Okay.
Mom thinks that everywhere, like, she thinks that everybody knows everyone, and I tell her they have a lot of employees.
Oh, it's very, very. It's one of it's AAA Corporation. It is one of the world's biggest. And so a few more people will start trickling in. And so by the time the tour is ready to start in promptly 3 minutes, there's about 7 individuals who will be on it. There's at least another family, and they've got like a 3-year-old that they're carrying. and someone who looks like they might work at Shiawase in like a different part of the world, the original campus, and so on. So they'll lead you through. They'll begin walking you through the building. It's definitely got that like this is where you're supposed to walk, and nowhere else. And this building doesn't seem particularly used. Most of it's, at least the areas that you're going into, it's kind of like when you go into the tour of the White House. It's like this is clearly not the part where people do stuff.
So this is this a gentleman or a lady who's from Shiawase, different part?
Different camp. A gentleman from a different Shiawase campus.
I engage him in some light conversation. You seem to know the place. It seems kind of familiar to you.
Oh no, not at all. I've just read so much about it. I work at Shiawase in the Confederated States, and blah 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 blah.
Oh, what a
We're
great
on
honor.
vacation. So exciting. Almost never happens. So they're going to continue walking you through the building on said tour. Anything you're going to try and do while you're on said tour?
I would like to in AR hop the grids.
Yes.
Hop onto the Shiawase grid.
So you can do a hop on the fly or a brute force to grid hop.
All right.
Use the thing.
No, that is it breaks things.
Oh,
Wait, it's not time yet.
I'm.
5 hits.
Yeah, you're good. You very easily jump over onto the Shiawase grid. And you're like, oh, seems so fancy.
Perception.
What in particular are you looking for?
I am looking for areas, icons that might lead to personnel files.
You are
Or
not
a directory.
currently in the host.
Okay.
So you see icons.
Great.
Most of the things that you see are like the hand, the towel, paper towel dispensing machine and stuff. Like none of the like things that aren't important, that are not networked. They don't seem to connect to anything useful. Anything that you would want would be inside the host.
All right. So, and there's nothing like a public directory or a map of the facility or anything like that at this level.
There were a few things that you saw in the Matrix that like led you to the tour, but I'm assuming you searched for his name and didn't come up with anything useful.
So, all right. While we're walking, just kind of, I would like to put a mark on the host.
Okay.
I spend my time studying our tour guide and kind of getting a good
What?
look at her.
It's not actually enough, which I rolled terribly.
I'm
so-
going to use the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good thing Mainframe has plenty of that edge.
So I try to tell if she has a badge on her, like a key card or anything.
She has like a tour guide badge, and she's been using it to like get through certain sets of doors, as you're going through the tour. 6. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, you're fine.
Cromwell, I didn't know you spoke Japanese.
Yes, I spent a lot of time in my youth with Japanese people.
Huh. Interesting.
So we'll assume Mainframe you're going to enter the host in AR, and on that note, as Mainframe slips into the Shiawase host and is surrounded by just long cubicles, like it's this very corporate, very regimented, but still beautifully decorated interior of the host. We shall take a short break. And return to see what happens next.
My name's Mainframe. You probably reached out to me after what happened at the Rapid Rabbit. I am a Deca, and this is the first of a series of Deca diaries for those of you who don't know what the hell a Deca is or what the hell we're doing. So rule number 1, no refunds. You paid for this, this is what you get. I don't care if you like it. Number 2, take notes. This video is going to self-destruct, so, I don't care if you memorize it or you write notes down on your old-fashioned paper, whatever you do. Rule number 3, Decas are ninjas. We're not samurai. I don't care what you think. We're doing this for our own reasons. That said, if you like what I do, great, you have good taste. The Matrix. Deckers, it's where we live. Every device, every person with a comlink, everybody out there is on the Matrix somewhere. And that's where our work gets started as Deckers. Now, what happened at the Rapid Rabbit the other night? I dropped into some VR and I looked around for some devices because I noticed that a couple of those guys probably had smart linked guns. I used a couple of attacks, things that we Deckers can do. I threw a little data spike at a couple of those smart links. It's like an old-fashioned buffer overflow kind of thing. You're trying to overwhelm a device and brick it. If it's bricked, you can't really use it for shit. The only way you can do an offensive thing like that on the Matrix is to have a cyberdeck. Cyberdecks are illegal. Let's get that straight right out of the gate. But if you want to be decking, you can't just use your comlink. You're gonna need something with some attack and some sleeves. Now, cyberdecks are expensive, and we'll talk later about choosing your cyberdeck if that's something you're interested in, but let's just assume that you have one. You're going to want to get onto whatever grid you're on, do some perception, look for devices, and if you see somebody with the smart link gun, you can do some damage. Throw a data spike like I did. Brick the gun. Now, beware, you're probably going to get the gun thrown at you like I did, but at least you stopped it from firing. Of course, your party's not going to be gracious about that shit. They're going to run around saying they did all the work and all you did was hit keys, but you know that you stopped that gun before it fired a bullet to their head. And that's what's important. Again, we're ninjas, we're not samurai, we're not doing it for the data spike. It's your friend, learn it, use it. Now, in later diaries here, I'll talk to you about hosts. Not all devices are just floating around on grids like that. If you're working on a corporate Shadowrun, you're probably going to need to break into some hosts. And that opens up a whole new world of options and file editing and cracking files. That's for a later time. But if you are just starting out and you're trying to be defensive, some matrix perception, some data spikes, those are going to be your best friends to start out. The shit is thankless. No one's really going to know what you're doing on the Matrix. Oh, one last note about AR versus VR. So augmented reality, most of you are already running that. If you've got glasses, anything with the data link, you're seeing augmented reality. You're seeing the real world plus stuff. You can drop into virtual reality like I did, but you're essentially a ragdoll in meat space. So if somebody tries to fire a gun at you, you can't defend. So do that with caution, all right? You know, get behind something. Make sure you're at least behind a wall or one of your team members has your back. AR is fine if you just want to do one or two things, but if you're really decking, you're going to need VR. And there's different types of virtual reality. We'll get into that later, but just I think that's some basics. Remember, your Deca is your friend, and even if they're not shooting for you, they are protecting you on the Matrix. So respect them, all right? Or else they just might break your own gun. So be careful. All right, this is Mainframe. Remember, no refunds, and I'll see you on the next diary.
Welcome back to Shadowrun Corporate Sins. I hope you've had a delightful break, and we shall resume with Mainframe and Elsie, who have infiltrated on a tour of the historic 1992 building of the Shiawase campus. I love that that's historic. And they are on a tour of the facility while Mainframe attempts to hack into their host to gather information, and Elsie hopes to steal stuff again.
While she's doing this, I'm looking around to see if there's any other Shiawase. I'm looking for like security staff or other staff. I'm seeing.
Definitely, as you go like into each room, there's at least one security guard that's kind of watching. Like think about this very much as like when you go like going on a tour of like the White House or somewhere like that, where there are individuals that are security as well as like museum individuals that are watching. You're very clearly being watched the entire time and monitored, but they're not like approaching you directly.
Right. I'm really keeping an eye out to see who I can steal a badge from.
I mean, using your intuition, the best bet would be the security guards are going to have badges that'll get you into more places than like the tour guide would. So those would probably be the more likely, but definitely the harder to steal from unless you could somehow distract them.
Great.
Or get someone else to distract them. It's too bad you didn't like smuggle a cat under your shirt.
Something else in mind. I check in with Mainframe. I send her a message and I just say, let me know when is good for you. I'm going to try to get a badge off a guard.
Great. So, and I'm kind of using my cyber deck discreetly in my pocket. Wow. And luckily because my stuff is implanted, I don't need to wear any goggles or anything like that. So just kind of trying to play along, play nice.
You kind of struggle a little bit because you're in AR, so you're just super, like kind of distracted. And so a couple of times Elsie's like, nope, we're going this way.
Mom.
Being you.
Mom, I wish you wouldn't take your meds.
But this Bejeweled game is very exciting.
Okay. So what's your goal? What are you?
I would like to get. I would like to find a corporate directory and see where and see if there's any office number list or.
So matrix search first.
Three hits.
Perfect. So you managed to find the HR sort of manifest of files. You can kind of look through the names, but any details about the people are going to be, you notice, are encrypted, and you're going to have to get past their security for that. So you find Kazuko Yoshida, his name, and there are several files associated with that.
Great. I would like to decrypt one of the files.
All right, go ahead and crack the file.
Oh dear. We're gonna go ahead and draw some inspiration from the nature that surrounds us and from the empowered feeling she got helping people, and we're just gonna go ahead and that was funny. Do that again. Now we have 5 hits.
So you kind of are trying, like you're in like a fancy looking file cabinet, and you're like trying to crack it open, and you like wedge it just a little bit, but it's definitely still. You don't take any damage though.
Oh, that's delightful. I suppose I need to do another crack. Hopefully, it feels like I'm making progress in there.
You have definitely made some progress. So you're stripping off some of those protections.
I got 6, but my data processing limit is 5, so 5 hits.
You kind of shove your matrix crowbar a little further into the cabinet and rip it open. And there's just the file sitting right there. It's like one of those manila folders. That's sort of like swimming with numbers in front of you. Reach in.
Great. So I'm looking for schedule, a location, and a photo of the individual.
So go ahead and do your perception, just a matrix perception on that. You can add your bonus.
3.
So you managed to find. Are you running sneakily at all?
Oh, should be.
Okay,
but-
give me a stealth. Or like a matrix stealth. Which I guess is your hide.
Cromwell, did you actually spend time in Japan?
5 hits.
Okay.
Look.
You notice that there is a patrol. I see that is like kind of wandering through the cubicles and then you like duck down.
Right. Yeah.
And you know that they're there. But you've like slowly opened and rifled through the folders, and you pull out his schedule that's got like attached his picture. So you get two big pieces of information as well as his picture. The main one is that his work schedule is 5 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Saturday. He works in the lower levels of this building. So he's managing the basement levels. And then you also get his home address because he lives in Shiwase corporate housing, which is off-site from the main headquarters.
Excellent. Can I just go ahead and memorize that information so I don't have to crack the file? I'll copy that file.
If you would like to copy that file.
Copy it.
It's data
fine.
processing, so it's less fun for me.
Yeah, I know it's less fun, but I'll regret it later if I don't try. 4 hits.
I don't actually know how much time I spent
succeed.
in
Great.
Japan. Look, I didn't really grow up in London, alright? I grew up on Yomi Island.
You were there. You were actually on Union Island.
This is cool.
Ow! Oh, I was there. Listen, my parents were British citizens here in Japan, and when, well, you know, in the United States they had the Night of Rage. In the Japanese imperial state, things went further, and they gathered everyone up and put them on an island, and apparently I was one of them. I don't even know what happened to my parents. I was raised by a good stumpy, dwarf named Pip, what taught me how to be British and live like that. All the guards were Japanese. They weren't all bad. They were just Japanese people doing their job, but their job was killing us and making us fight each other and do all kinds of terrible things.
Wow. I can understand why you don't want to be here.
It's not exactly a fond set of memories, but on the other hand, that was the only time I had with me Pip before I escaped. And I don't even know if I'm still a wanted person here. I mean, I did kill a lot of Japanese getting off that island.
I have to confess something to you I'm not proud of. I was listening in on your conversation that you had with Miss J, where you told her about Pip. I don't normally make a habit of doing it, but I was pretty nervous at the time. If there's anything I can do to help, I'd be happy to do so.
Well, the main thing is I want to find Pip. I guess I wish you wouldn't do it, but I didn't mind. I noticed I got a little more, I don't know, my English got a little bit better while I was talking to her, and I wondered about that. Pip's the only person what took care of me and raised me, and when I left the island, I left him behind. I don't even know if he's still alive or not. If he is, I hope he's not here in Japan. I like to think he made it back to London, and he's being a butler there, a real one, not like me.
So I have sneakily waited until the patrol I see is otherwise engaged, and I remove myself from the HR portion of the offices. I would silently like to run and see if there is a map of the housing where it indicates he lives.
Okay. You can give me another matrix search.
6.
So as you're searching through, you go through this now. You're like going into the facility, so now it's just like corridors with like closets. coming off of them, and in every closet there's like a lot of mops and vacuum cleaners. And it's the facilities, and you get, and then you go like further down, and there's like the boiler room and like another boiler room. It's very strange. And then just a room full of like emergency exit plans. And so that's where you see a lot of them are like strangely fuzzy and blurry, but you get like labels on all of them, and you're able to find a version of the floor plan for the apartment.
All right. I would like to copy that as well, real quick. Silently, running silently with.
Oh, are you? That's the thing. Remember?
Gonna do that.
See for that.
Of course, then I only get 2 hits. But
you are just barely able to copy it. You get
like
a fuzzy,
the
a fuzzy
progress
version.
bar gets stuck at like
It's like-
80, and it goes back, and it goes back, and then it finally gets there.
The time remaining keeps going
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Ah! But and then
What's your hide?
I do another hide roll.
Or I
Oh,
guess
6.
you hear footsteps, digital footsteps. It's like I don't know what that word of that sound is, coming down the hallway, and you have a hazy copy. It doesn't have any security details on it, but it gives you kind of a rough idea of where the apartments are and what the floors look like.
Good enough. Let's leave.
You jack out?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, exiting from the host. You're like, oh, that jeweled game.
I love all the colors.
Elsie, anything else you would... Elsie, anything else you would like to do?
Yeah.
Good.
I would like to find. I'm looking for a guard that looks maybe not, but the least tough looking of all the guards I can.
The least.
So maybe like 3/4 of the way through the tour, Mainframe is out of AR at this point, and you get into like a smaller room, and this one, they're like, this one is the art room, and so it's just, beautiful priceless vases, just all around the wall in glass cases, and there's one like sort of smaller, weedy looking guard sitting there, and like a super bored museum attendant that's just like.
Perfect. So I very discreetly pull out something I've been waiting for the right time to use.
A stun glove?
No. What?
Okay.
No. No. I look at Mainframe and I say, Mom, I don't feel very good.
Oh no, honey. Excuse me.
No, I want to do the tour. I just don't feel very good. And so I very discreetly pull out a little bag that I kind of discreetly like put in my mouth and wait for the wrapping to kind of dissolve. And then I kind of like look at Mainframe and like I feel like,
Oh, honey.
and I just go kind of pretty near the guard, and I'm just like, and I just at that point the wrapping is dissolved, and I just fake vomit right
Right on one of the glass cases.
no near the guard,
Okay.
but close enough to one of the expensive vases. And I hope as I'm doing this, I can get a reaction of the guard that
Give me a performance.
she's distracted, and I'll swipe her badge.
Can I help her with performance?
Yeah, if you want to be the doting
Guard,
mother.
yeah.
Oh no, not again, honey.
So how do I do that? I
You roll your performance, and then your hits become extra dice she rolls.
Don't like this version of faces. Don't like it. Go. No.
1 extra die.
Nice.
Oh, honey.
Yeah.
And it's
So, 7. I have 7.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be enough. Just projectile fake vomit. You know that was a thing you could get, and I'm glad it is.
I use creamed corn as my base for it.
Not split pea soup.
No. Oh.
Oh, like the legendary chunk of the Goonies game.
So she vomits and it seems to go in slow motion, like everybody kind of.
Oh, and everyone's like, oh no! And the Bohr Museum attendant like spins around like, not the Ming vase!
yeah. And so
And the guard's like, ah! So go ahead and do your plumbing. Get there. They definitely are close enough to you. They come like closer, like, are you okay?
And I try to distract them also by just saying, like, I am so sorry. The flight just did not agree with her, and she had food, and I am so embarrassed. But
4.
Just so the guard like is close to you, and you manage. You're like, oh, and they put their hand on your shoulder, and they're like, are you okay? Can we get you anything? Let's help you get out of here. And you're
I'm just like crying, and I'm like, we could never come back.
just gross everywhere. And you manage to just about successfully stash the badge before they like start helping you out of the room, and then like calling for.
I just apologize in Japanese, just like, I'm sorry, and then I'm like, oh, clean it up.
No, it's okay. We have janitors for that.
And then I'm like, I wanna go.
well, we'll get out of here.
Okay.
So many
We're gonna
apologies.
finish the tour in the next room.
And I just take her and bundle her out of the tour.
We get to the cat cafe.
Not yet.
Or no.
Nope, not yet.
Here's the thing, Mordecai. Look, if you're a human orphan, or a dwarf orphan, or an elf orphan, and probably even an orc orphan, and you don't know where you come from, you can look at your skin, you can look at your face, and you've got an idea. But when you're a fragging troll, you've got no idea. I can't look at my skin color, I can't look at my face. There's nothing to tell me if I'm really British, or Japanese, or, I don't know, from Mars.
Just because you're a dwarf doesn't mean you know where you come from either, for the record. I'm just saying.
Fair enough.
Look, if I could send Sharky to look for him, I would, but I don't know what he looks like, and I haven't seen his aura, so there's nothing I can do.
I appreciate the offer. Here's the thing, though. I haven't told Elsie all of it. I will when she's older, but I grew up under some pretty bad things, and I'd like to spare her. Pip took care of me, and I tried to look after Elsie just like he did. So if you could keep that to yourself, I'll tell her when the time is right.
All right, I can respect that.
You too, Fang, right?
Yeah, really? Yeah,
Fang is good at secrets.
I'm good at secrets. Really? I can do this for you.
And you come in at that moment. What can you do, Fang?
Nice kid.
I need to go there to get the food that we can eat. You like apples?
Sure.
You like popcorn? Gonna go get that.
She's short-circuiting or something?
I think
I
yeah.
think she's allergic to cats.
Oh, whatever.
Achoo!
Vomit, rabbit.
Nice. Did it work?
It did.
And I got some information about
The
friend's
floor plan
whereabouts.
is in front of you.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh, this does not help me.
Floor plan.
It's a bunch of blocks.
Yep. Floor plan.
It's rooms. There's
It's
stairs.
Shiwase corporate housing.
Which sounds a lot better than breaking into their main campus.
Agreed.
Do we know which one is his?
Yes.
We have a unit number.
Yeah.
I don't know if the floor plans make it clear which
Okay,
unit is
that's
which,
right.
but
Good job, mainframe free.
well, thank you. Thank you very much.
You guys did.
And Elsie was great. You should have seen the velocity she got on that vomit. I mean, I I would have believed it.
Well, whatever works, I guess.
I can't go back in there now, though. I mean, you know. That
Oh,
is
you have hurled that bridge.
Everybody's gonna talk about it.
People
This
need
one.
things to talk about.
This one? Can we put an X there? Can you draw an X for me?
It's that one.
Yep. No, it's that big, yeah, it's the entire room.
So our friend, we should probably maybe do a little bit of a stakeout, watch his comings and goings, or figure out.
Well.
We know that he's got a pattern. He works from 5 a.m. to 3 p.m. So
We could nab him on the way to work.
we could do that.
Were there other, are they employing the non-human sort these days?
I didn't look into that myself.
You probably notice maybe one or two. Mostly dwarves and elves would be the main metahumans that they've been hiring. There's not many, but definitely some.
What are you
A
thinking?
little bit conspicuous.
Right, not like normal.
No.
Well, why don't we? How far away is this building? Do we need to take like a?
No, you can. It's within walking distance of the main campus. I mean, a lot of people will probably take some sort of transit. It's probably like a 20-minute walk. People are lazy.
I'd like to see what I'd know about the magical security place. I got 4 hits.
It's definitely going to be lower than whatever security that they have at the facility at the headquarters. So they probably don't have like on-site astral security, but they would have like a contract for if they noticed some sort of magical threat to call in astral security, like spirits that would come deal with anything before any form of HDR showed up. They might have spirits on site, but it's hard to tell. Or they might have like non-mundane critters.
Well, magical threat level there is yellow. I can go in there, but I just need to be careful.
3 hits on building security, if I can tell anything from the floor plan.
So from the floor plan, like the interior of the building is probably relatively low security. It's apartments. Everyone who lives there is a Shiawase employee, or a family member of a Shiawase employee. Getting my corpse mixed up. So it's not. It's going to be relatively low once you're on the inside, and so most of the security would be preventing people who aren't supposed to be there from getting in, like fencing and guards around the perimeter, and cameras and stuff. But most of it's going to be perimeter security.
So, Crummy, do you think they, I mean, he's just a janitor, so it's not like they're going to have security on him for his commute into work, right?
I wouldn't think so, but I'm better at the buildings than the people.
Well, do we want to watch? I mean, what time is it right now?
It's probably sometime in the afternoon. You're probably at about 4-ish.
All right,
PM.
so he's already gone home for the day.
Can we wait?
Do we want to just go do a stakeout?
Yeah.
See what we can see?
And
then
then he
if
works
the-
at 5, so we could actually go and try to get some sleep before and like get back up at like 2 or 3.
And watch.
Yeah, and start the stakeout then.
Okay.
Because I don't know if anybody. Actually,
We can
I didn't
also-
sleep very much on the plane.
We can also bribe someone.
I think so many questionnaires.
I mean, these are low-level employees, right? They probably don't get a lot of new for their job. We might be able to bribe someone enough,
So you got a key?
or to just go in and tell us if he's there or where he is, and maybe even like hold the door for us.
And we've also got the key that she pilfered. Yeah.
Which we should probably try to make a copy of.
Why?
One thing to think about is you have a key from someone who works on the headquarters, not someone who's working at the building.
Why don't we just start by seeing what we can see? And then if we feel like it's a safe enough bet, we can move into action right there. If not, we can regroup and try a different strategy, like maybe bribing a guard or something like that.
Great.
And we don't have to do this within like one day.
Yeah.
We can take some time. So we can stake out, and if we miss him, we wait till he comes back.
Yeah.
It's a him.
I agree. Like, I think we should stake him out tonight, and if we have the chance, we'll nab him, and if not,
All right.
The main thing to remember is, as long as we don't trigger security, it's probably not as hard to get him out. But the minute security's onto us,
then it's gonna be really tough.
Well, let's operate from a distance. Let's just get the lay of it. Mainframe 3 can do her thing to get more details on their internal security. I can take a look at it astrally and see what I can see. We can just get a better sense of what the population is like there, how many guards are on rotation, that kind of stuff.
And I have kitty time.
We're in Japan and we're gonna spend the entire time with cats.
All right. Does the plan sound good to everyone?
Yes!
That's great. Let's move forward.
Let's do it!
Right, so you head, you walk over towards the building. As you go, when you immediately looking at the building, it's a high-rise apartment, so it's pretty high up. The apartment, his is on the 11th floor, and it's like almost 20 stories. It's definitely a tall building. There's a fence around the perimeter. And there's one main entrance through the fence. There's like a guard post house. There's some space around the fence for like a pretty good sight line, so you could see if someone was walking immediately around the building. That's probably the main stuff that you see when you show up. You also see like a vehicle, or like there's like a transit stop like pretty much right outside the building that's like people are getting on and off at. That you see a lot of Shiawase employees like getting on and going, and it's relatively busy. It's a little, especially now as we're getting closer to the like more traditional work end time. People are clearly lazy and not walking to work. And all generally taking like Shiawase shuttle,
What, Mainframe, what was his hours again?
5 a.m. to 3 p.m. So he's off right now. He might be in the apartments. We don't know. We just have a fairly good idea that sometime between 4 and 5 he's going to be leaving the building again.
the fence, does it have some kind of protective? Like, how high is it? And does it look like there's monofilament wire on the top?
Go ahead and give me a perception. If anyone wants to look more closely at anything in particular, let me know what that is, and roll some sort of perception.
3X?
Yes, it looks like it's probably an electric fence, and it's going to be harder to climb. It's 4 meters.
I got 5 hits on astral perception. I just have a sense of.
So as you're sensing around, you notice there is a guard, like a life signature of a guard in the house, the guardhouse, as well as a critter, a non-mundane critter. It seems like it's probably a Barghest. That would be your guess. So, like a hellhound, but not a hellhound. Very cool-looking dog with spikes on its back.
I want it.
Yep, sure. You can have a pet too.
There's a spirit with the guard and the guardhouse.
It's not a spirit. It's a critter.
Oh, a critter. Excuse me. There's some kind of magical creature with the guard and the guardhouse.
Non-mundane critter.
Isn't it magic? No.
That's the main thing that you notice immediately on the perimeter. Are you looking at all digitally?
Yeah.
The building does have its own host. It's like a smaller version of the one that you were just in. A slightly friendlier one, but it's definitely a
Slightly
Shiawase.
fiery, some pastels or something.
Yeah, everything's just a little less oppressive.
Do I see? I suppose we're loitering out on the sidewalk.
Currently, yeah. You're starting to arouse maybe. It's a little less tourist friendly in this area. They're like, "What are you doing here?"
Let's maybe go for a walk.
A Mapsoft.
Yeah. I'm gonna sit down on the bench, because there's one nearby.
Probably, sure.
Obviously, and try to look nonchalant, like we're in a group. And I would just like to. I want to hop into the host real quick and see what security things I can. What kind of presence.
So go ahead and mark the host.
You guys all hear a muffled meowing sound.
Hi.
What?
Do you have a cat on you?
Running silent. I
You
got
don't have
5.
to answer that.
You successfully marked the host and are able to enter.
And so the host and I would like to look for specifically signs of the perimeter fence control for the electricity, or doors, or alarms.
So once you're inside the host, are you an AR right now?
Yeah.
So you're kind of able to see little blips around you that might suggest security devices. So if you want to give me a matrix search, you can get a little bit more specific on what sort of devices are around.
Listen, a pet is a lot of responsibility.
Look.
You can't just impulsively get a pet.
I couldn't help myself, okay? He's really cute.
I see what you're doing.
Yes, I got 2 hits on that first one, but we're gonna.
You're like, no, wait.
No. There's gotta be something here. So I will use my edge to reroll those, and I got so a total of 5 hits.
Okay, much better. So when you're looking around, you see a few different things. The main, most obvious one, there are definitely cameras all the way around the building to track the perimeter. Again, you sort of confirm that most of the security is on the outside. So like once you're in the building, they kind of assume you're supposed to be there. So unless someone inside gets mad at you, they're not really going to be like, "What are you doing here?" The other major things, so you notice the cameras, and then there's also seem to be motion sensors and probably some sort of proximity wire around the perimeter as well. So
He's orange and he's white, and I've named him Cornbread.
And you're homeless. Have
So-
you asked Fang if it's okay to take Cornbread to her
It's not.
apartment?
It's not okay.
Cornbread is gonna live with me. I live on my own. We're fine.
That's not your cat. It's definitely a.
He likes me.
If you are good and we get the thing, we will go to back where we came from, and we will find you a cat there, and I promise it will be the same.
If you keep this cat, you have to get an apartment.
I'm not getting an apartment. Cats
Well,
live
you can-
outside
okay,
all the time.
Then you can get some sort of cabin or some sort of I don't know, something, but you have to have some sort of shelter.
Elsie, you see a little tag on the cat that just specifically says "indoor cat only" in Japanese. FIV
It's an
positive.
indoor cat.
Oh,
He's clearly outdoor.
It says in Japanese on his tag that it's an indoor. Cornbread is an indoor kitty.
Don't.
Cornbread has FIV.
what?
Cornbread has FIV. Feline
Feline
immunodeficiency
AIDS.
virus.
So it will share that with other cats and hurt all the cats wherever you're going. You are a murderer of cats.
I'm not a murderer of cats. I
He's
love
patient
cornbread.
0.
So I got the information I needed. I'm even if I did want to get more information, I'm fairly certain this would be distracting enough that there's no more continuing. So we just leave the host, and I come back out of AR. Like, there's a kissy cat, and there's oh my god. Wow.
Using what I have learned from leading my Mean Girls group, I turn to Mordecai and I say, Mordecai, you need to take that cat back to that cat cafe.
Not gonna happen.
Roll leadership. Is that wait?
What's the opposed,
the opposed for
test for
leadership?
leadership?
You roll
Probably
leadership
lost
and willpower.
Leadership and willpower.
I've got 3 hits.
Got 2.
Cat stays.
Cornbread stays.
Listen, as long as you're going to try to convince someone, why not just convince the guard that you need to talk to this bloke? Say you're a relative or something.
We can't.
Well, not us.
No.
Elsie could.
Okay.
Yep, Elsie definitely looks like she could be a relative. Are we going yellow face here? Because
No.
Distant relative.
Or
No. I'm gonna go the cute girl route. I'm gonna play this like possible romantic interest, maybe just platonic friend. Do we know? No. But that's how I'm going to dress, and I go up to I'll see if they let me in. So I wear something kind of cute, but like too revealing, like playing it cool.
Is this all while we're standing on the sidewalk?
No, literally.
I'm not really sure where.
We're
Do
all
you go
still
back
on
to the
the sidewalk.
cafe? Like the cat
I thought
cafe?
we were back in the cat cafe because
No,
you gotta give the cat
Shane.
back.
I'm not doing
We're
anything.
still-
So, so you're all currently still loitering on the sidewalk.
Cromwell walked down to the corner and was watching while Mainframe was in the Matrix.
Okay.
He walked back, said that to Elsie, walked back to the corner where he's
Okay, so
keeping an eye.
Cromwell is loitering on the corner.
Yes.
We could go to somewhere a little more out of the way that's
Fine.
still
Is
has-
there like a different cat cafe across the street from Shiawase?
There's probably more than one place. There's a dog cafe too. Now that's a thing.
Is there anywhere there's no animals?
Yes, there are regular restaurants and bars.
Great. Let's
Bar.
go.
Oh wait.
Well, you don't care. You're going on a mission.
Hey, that was originally the plan was to take a couple hours break and then come back and do a
There are
stakeout.
capsule hotels.
Let's literally go across the street to the bar. We can drink and we can talk about our feelings and not about our pasts because we're not allowed to talk about our pasts. Especially, you just need to go.
Okay.
Cromwell stays on the street corner.
Okay.
He'll just try to blend in.
Okay.
What time is it?
It's
like
probably
5?
like 4 p.m. getting close to 5.
Okay.
So more people are kind of
Um,
filtering into the building.
Trying to figure out if this bloke would be.
So I go back to a capsule hotel,
Okay.
just kind of not too far away, get my stuff in order, change into chameleon. Can I wear a chameleon suit out like in the
You
open?
probably need to put like a coat over
Yeah, I
it
got-
to wear it out, and then take the coat off.
I wear
Armor
my jacket
jacket.
over it, and you remove it. You can't use it with the jacket, but you wear it under.
I buy, because I didn't bring an extra jacket, I just stop in a little corner shop and I get like a cute
Oh, it's
little-
super cute. It's super cute.
little
It's like
jacket.
pink, and it's got a little kitty on it.
So, it's little, it's almost too cute, but hey, you're in Japan.
Yeah.
What's
it's a
with-
sequence.
What's with Japan and cats? Like, Fang probably just goes to a bar and tries to order and messes it up because she doesn't know Japanese and gets like a bright pink cat-shaped glass.
Yep. It's in one of those like Lucky Cats, and it's like that's the glass.
Can't get away.
You guys, cornbread just licked my nose.
Echo. Nyan.
Yeah, I go up to the front door of the apartments.
Okay. Still at around 5.
Yeah.
So you go up the front of the apartments are along one of the short edges, and you go up to the front and there's the guardhouse, and next to it there's kind of like a drive-in gate. So like if someone did own a vehicle, they could drive in, and then there's like the walking gate, and there's a print scanner next to that, and then there's the guardhouse, and like you can pull up the tap on the glass or whatever and talk to them.
Yeah, I'll tap on the glass and I'll say, "Excuse me, can you let me in to see someone who lives here? I'm totally going to surprise him with a
Are you
visit."
speaking in Japanese or in English?
Japanese.
Okay. Just clarifying. So this is gonna go nani desu ka? Nan desu ka?
Oh, it's probably not very good Japanese. It's all right. It's not as
Okay.
good as Promise. But I say, can you let me into the building? And I'm here to see Kazuko Yoshida, and it's great because it's his birthday, and I'm totally gonna surprise him.
Okay. First roll me your what's your Japanese skill? How many points in Japanese do you have?
Like 6.
So roll your Japanese and then give me a con.
I got 3 in Japanese.
So they can understand you. You are intelligible.
Yep.
What?
And then feeling pretty good about my story. Got 7 hits on con.
And they're gonna kind of look at you and be like, well, that's a lovely story, but unfortunately policies, I can't let you in unless you have an invitation. I can call them and have them.
But I don't want him to
permission.
know. Like, I don't want you to call him because that it won't be a surprise. He'll know. Like, how do I do? Like, it's gonna be ruined. Are you sure you can't just let me in?
It's corporate policy. I mean, maybe you could convince him to give you an invitation for some other time and have the official and put you in the system.
Yeah, it just won't. I don't like. It won't be for his birthday, you know.
Sorry.
You know, it's like all these rules really take the magic out of everything, you know?
Yeah, rules are rules, but they're important. They keep us safe.
Sure, I know. It just makes me sad for birthdays, you know? Like, have you ever, like, had a birthday surprise?
No.
Oh.
No one's ever done that. I don't really like surprises, though. Surprises are scary
Oh. Well, so,
and
Kazuko,
dangerous.
he surprised me that he, totally, got this stuffed teddy bear, and he snuck into my house and, like, left it there, and I came home, and there was this really big stuffed animal, and it was really great. So I want to, like, anyway.
It does not at all sound like... I mean, I've only met Kazuko a few times, but... that is not what Yoshida-san is
Well,
like.
I mean... It wasn't a
At least
normal...
not recently.
It wasn't a normal teddy bear.
Well, he's not a normal person, so that's fine. I'm very sorry, miss, but I'm not going to
Please,
let
please,
you in.
please let me in.
Give me another con, but take 2 dice off your roll. Getting kind of fed up with you.
Big Papa. I get 4.
I
can't even believe it right now.
Look, I can call Yoshida and see if they know who you are, but I can't let you in unless you have authorization.
Fine. I'll just... Fine. Okay.
Don't listen to her, cornbread. Don't
And
listen to her.
I just, like... and leave.
Wait, call him. Again, see if we can talk to him, find out anything about him, what he looks like, any of that.
I mean, you have a picture of him.
I've got a photo of him.
What does he look
But
like?
I can call up to him and say that there's someone here to talk to him.
I mean, if he wants to, he said he'd
Get
be
him to buzz you
cooperative.
in.
Maybe we can just convince him to walk out.
You know what? Let me go figure it out. I have to figure out, because I had this whole birthday plan, okay? I'll be back.
Okay.
So I say to the comm, okay, so it sounds like I might be able to get him out here, but I'm gonna need some
Like
back.
he can, like Kazuko can also buzz, like they were saying, like he can open the gate for you and let you through. Like when you call someone in an apartment and they buzz you up, he can do that.
Well, I just don't want to go in alone on this, like, because if I have to, I think either somebody should come with me or be outside the building or something, because I don't want to have to try to get him out of his apartment by myself. I mean, I guess I do have this.
Oh, wait.
I'm just saying if we don't even have to go in there if we can convince him to come to the entrance, right, and walk out. I mean,
Well, he's gonna
Is
come
he
to
a
the
prisoner?
entrance this morning when he has to leave for work.
Right, so I don't want to spook him.
I mean, bear in mind though, like trying to kidnap someone off the street may result in the guards thinking something is going wrong, as well as other people. So I'm just gonna put that out there as like a, that may be suspicious as well as
I'm not saying in broad daylight we kidnap him. I'm just saying if the goal is to be face to face with him, there are other ways to accomplish that goal.
I mean, if we can spot him when he's on his way out, I can use my magic
know
to
what?
try to persuade him to come with us.
Yeah! And I hate to say it, but I've still got that dose of bliss.
Why do you have a dose of bliss?
Because I paid for it and I'm not gonna throw it away.
I also have 2 grenades what can knock
What?
a group of people out.
God!
You know, it's a little weird
Oh,
that
would
they
you
gave
prefer
us.
to stab him?
Let's just talk to him. He's probably not a psychopath who drugs people up for no reason.
So why don't you come with me?
Fine.
And we'll go buzzing.
Yeah, and we'll bring the cat, and we'll be like, here's your birthday gift.
You
And
are
it'll be
not
completely
taking
fine
cornbread.
Because we have a cat,
Wait,
and we
wait,
don't
wait, 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 all like Mainframe's plan. We just wait for him to leave. We have the grenades ready just in case. We try to convince him to go with us nicely. If not, we knock them all out with the gas. And
Is it a toxic gas?
no, it's just narco jet. That's all.
Just does
I
stun
mean,
damage.
it's not recommended for pregnant women and those suffering from heart palpitations, but
Let's. I'm trying so hard. Hate Japan. I wanted to have a great time in Japan. I wanted just the 5 of us to take one picture in front of a statue to be like, we're a family, we're a team. Instead, we're stealing a cat and we're gonna knock out half of Japan. Here's.
Japan's got a huge population. I don't think half of it is a very good estimation.
We are not stealing a cat. Cornbread is my only friend, and he's here because he loves me.
He's your only friend.
Only friend.
listen, I'm freaking out here, all right? And you blokes aren't even paying attention
Where
to the
are
mission.
you right now?
I'm on the street and I'm just freaking
We're just
out.
yelling in comms to each other. I'm at the bar.
I'm like, what the hell is this? Taking cats on a mission. At least Mainframe's sticking to the plan. You focus on it, all right? Look, we're gonna end up on an island. We're gonna be trapped. We're gonna be captured by Yakuza. Who knows what's gonna happen?
People
But
start
it's not
giving you
going to
really,
be good.
Like scared. Like people are crossing the street to avoid you. You are definitely attracting attention right now, Cromwell.
Cromwell is he's greener than normal. I don't think he turns red. And he's like half crying. He's like, what are you doing? What are you thinking? I thought you was a professional.
I thought I was too.
Not you, Mordecai.
I am a professional.
Then focus on the mission.
I am focused on the mission. I'm ready to go anytime if people would just leave my poor friend alone.
Mainframe, please tell us exactly what we should do because consensus says that you're in charge, and when you're not in charge, things go bad.
Well, that's no pressure. We have two choices.
Okay.
We have been given a lot of firepower. We could choose MFEC's original
Signature style.
Signature style. Wait until dark and just storm the hell out of the place. That's option one. Option two would be a longer play where we try social engineering to get close to him. We try to, he comes out of work. We try to have organic interactions with him, and it's all very stealthy, and it might take a while. Option C is we have a very short conversation with him, give up, grenade the hell out of everything, and run away.
Can we do BCA? Can we do the B option, which is the social engineering construction Lego it, and then we can do the grenades, and then we can shoot all of Japan and steal the cats, because that's still happening, I guess.
I turn to the guard and I say,
He's just like watching you have this attack. Did you figure out the surprise?
we did. We did.
Would you like me to call Yoshida-sama?
Yes.
Is there a way for me to, before you re-engage, has there been any time for me to come back from the capsule hotel?
I mean, you were still in the capsule hotel, I assume, unless you chose to leave.
All right, so I can't help you out here. Let me know if you need me to come back.
So
2 more kitty cats.
The call
Do we
goes
wanna-
through, and it just keeps ringing, and no one seems to pick up.
Right. So now we know.
So I'm sorry. He's either not there or
It's okay. I understand.
Honestly, I've never had anyone come visit him before, so at least not in the
get it.
last couple of
They
months.
said something about his behavior being different recently. Did they tell you anything more?
She said she hadn't noticed that behavior recently.
Recently, as if something was strange.
I think she was using it as a comparison. Like as an example of him not being a
I'm
determined.
right here. Sorry. No, I just I assume you were using your sub vocal.
Yes. Would you ask?
How has he been? Has he been okay lately?
Give me a performance.
Six.
I mean, honestly, I don't know him very well, but I have worked here for a while, and I try and, part of being good at the job is knowing people who live here. And he used to seem a little more social, went out, had people come over, but in the last few months, I think we've had maybe 0 logs of guests for him. I hope he's okay, but pretty much at this point, it's go to work and come back.
Well, thanks.
Yeah. Good luck. I hope he enjoys the surprise. I hope he's one of those people that likes surprises.
Probably a terrible idea.
Look, if we go somewhere more hidden than this, I can astrally project and see if I can see into his see into his apartment and even just see if he's there.
Right? Where's really, Mainframe had the right ticket. There's a capsule hotel upstairs. You could lay in a bed and astrally protect yourself.
That's true, I could.
That's a recommendation for you.
All right.
All right, so Mordecai also checks into the capsule hotel.
Yes, Mordecai checks into the capsule hotel.
It's like a block or so away from the apartments. And you'll descend into the astral plane.
Sure. Yeah, the capsule is closed, so Cornbread is protected from anyone who might try to cause him harm.
I'm sorry I complained about your cat. I'm just under some social stress right now.
I go and join Crommy.
On the corner.
Yeah.
Gonna stay in the bar.
Why
All
don't
right.
we go somewhere and have dinner?
I astrally project, and I'm also going to cast Manescape, so to modify my aura so that it doesn't seem
Like an astrally projecting mage.
yeah, so that it just seems like sort of a random, curious, not harmful spirit kind of thing.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do force 6. And I got 4 hits on that.
Great.
All right, and so I'm projecting, and I think my way over. The world sort of moves around me, shifts, and I'm over to where I know the apartment should be. I'm not. Am I sensing any sort of barriers or anyone else?
No, there's no barriers. There's definitely life signs. Most everyone seems, from what you can tell, there are people around that are mundane. They're families and such. You kind of make your way and you go into the apartment. And I mean, it's hard to tell on the astral plane what the room would look like. But there's just an individual that's just sort of sitting on a sofa that matches the description. That seems to have their eyes closed and is kind of super zoned out.
I want to sense him to see if he's under the influence of any medications or.
Go ahead and give me an sensing.
And I'm gonna make this an extended test if I can. So I'm just gonna sit there, sensing him.
So remember, every time you're taking 2 off. So give me
I have
3 rolls.
All right.
We'll say you're spending a couple of minutes there.
There's 2 more. Total is 4 if I count the one that landed on the floor.
You can even do one more. Give me one more roll.
All
Taking
right.
2 off again.
Where'd it go?
That's gone.
She's
forever.
not coming back.
I found it.
I got 1 more, so 5.
5. Great. So you take some time and you kind of astrally sit down next to this person, and you're like, huh. And they seem, at first they seem pretty normal. They don't strike you as anything odd. And then as you're sensing more, you notice there's definitely some cyberware augmentations on them. And as you're spending a lot more time focusing on it, you become pretty sure that there's nanites in their system.
Nanites.
Nanites.
All right. I snap back to my body, I get on the comm and I say he's in his room, but he's just kind of sitting there. He has nanites.
Oh my
Jesus.
God, Elsie, it's like Boston all over again.
Okay. This
I mean,
is
I
really
recognize them, but I don't really know.
bad. He's being overwritten.
Wait,
so
It's not enough that it was gotta be Japan. Now there's nanots
Wait,
we have to
here.
get out of here.
Pause. I'm sensing that we're all in very different places. For example, I am going to cut through anything that is a cat if I stay in this bar because they keep giving me cat glasses. So let's find a place where we can turn off comms and talk together and actually be the family that we should be.
Can we go to somebody's hotel room?
Capsule.
With a troll.
We should go to a park.
It's
The
like-
Japanese, the one place they won't put a lot of technology is their parks.
Oh, let's
Go
go.
to a lovely park. The cherry blossoms are blooming. It's springtime.
Then let's go there.
Cornbread, you can stay in my capsule.
Alright, so
And
we're
then
going
you
to
can
a
get
park.
sword out of the cherry blossom park.
No, yeah, I will take pictures with the sword.
There's just
We
cherry
set up our-
blossoms floating. There are people having picnics. It's all very happy and lovely. There's tea being drunk.
This is awful.
What do
Okay,
you
we set up our jammies so
What do
that
you know about Boston?
it's a city. Bad things happened. You guys don't
Really?
seem to like it.
It's a closed off city.
Most of you are aware that Boston has been quarantined due to an outbreak of cognitive fragmentation disorder, which is caused, they're not entirely sure, but it is caused by virus-infected nanites that get into people's systems, and then the AI personalities in those nanites slowly start fighting and trying to take over the person. And said people are fondly referred to as head cases.
He's being overwritten. The guard said he's been acting different in the last couple months. He doesn't see people. He sleeps. He works. That's it. He's being overwritten.
And
His
Boston's-
personality is being overwritten.
And Boston's not just locked down, it's under quarantine for a reason.
And that also means he's infectious, which
Yes.
means this thing that is overtaking him might overtake one of us.
And there is no cure. I mean, people say there's a cure, but there's
There's
not.
not.
But he's been going to work every day. Clearly.
Anyone who would like to make like a knowledge check about this can kind of fill in some details too.
What is the knowledge check? Like what? Like
It could be like you could do a law enforcement. Just tell me what sort of thing you want to do a check for, and I'll
Let's do a
I-
memory check.
Memory
for
for
Boston.
you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't really have any. I guess I could, do memory check as well.
Yeah, I'll memory
I can very good memories of this.
I mean, CF. It wasn't really a big thing when I was in law enforcement. So.
So you guys remember from Boston that there was a lot of talk, like there was a huge amount of paranoia and a lot of misinformation that was spread, and you remember them talking that the case in Boston, the strain that was there, was that there are different strains. It's like the flu. There are very virulent, contagious versions of it, and then like you could get from like any bodily fluid, and then there are ones where you can't get it from another person, but you could get it like if you were implanted with infected cyberware. So you know that there's multiple versions of it. For those of you with memory, you know that a lot of what it's been affecting is both like corporations. There's a lot of rumors. People, like the misinformation is a huge part of it, and there's a lot of things that people don't know about. There has been the rumors about a cure, specifically suggesting that technomancers might be able to talk the AI personality out of a person.
I didn't mention this, but he actually had cyberware on him, and I think I heard once that you can actually get it from the cyberware, so maybe that's how it
Some strains.
got it.
Infected cyberware, not like all cyberware. Like I'm fine.
I'm just saying, the fact that there's this one person who he had to get it somehow, and it doesn't seem to have spread outside of him.
Does Elsie think that it would be safe to like grab him and extract him?
You guys are definitely, your judgment is a little clouded from your experiences of
Right.
what happened in Boston. Assuming it's not the same strand, that it's something less contagious, Probably, but you don't want to make out with him.
No saliva, no blood. Like,
Well, in a way that makes this easier, right? There's something wrong with him, and maybe we're doing him a favor by getting him out of there.
Maybe.
Soon.
well,
The only favor we could do is to put a bullet in his head.
Good God.
I mean, that's the truth of it, and it's not pretty, but you know, there's no coming back from that.
that body is still a body.
I mean, I've heard that people have supposedly come back with technomancers helping. I don't know if it's
Fact is,
true. or not.
Nobody knows anything about it. Not really. There's just rumors.
Well, we got to decide what we want to risk.
We're like, there's no choice. If we don't do this, we don't come back. Like,
So-
we're staying in Japan forever if we don't decide to pull this case.
Well, with swimming, but I see your point.
You have the ability to get, like, there are other forms
I mean,
of
did
transportation.
Mitsuhama know he was infected?
Probably. Why else would they go for a janitor?
Look, I took the advance. I said I'd do the job. I'll do the job. But
Can we buy gloves? That might be nice for you guys. For
I'm
me.
wearing gloves.
I mean, like plastic.
They're over my brass knuckles.
Okay. Did not know you were wearing
look,
gloves.
I've been in contact with people with CFD before, and as far as I know, although I have been very stressed out the last few days, as far as I know, I'm not infected. So hopefully we're safe.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know what the CFD does to my ability to magically influence people. It may prevent it. So that option probably shouldn't be our first go-to.
I think we gotta sneak it. We'll try a sneaky extraction if it goes badly.
Mitsuhama thought he'd be willing to leave.
Yeah, so let's do the why don't we try
I don't remember
influencing?
how well you remember my phrasing of that. They said Yoshida would be happy to leave.
Lauren,
Ha
is there throwable objects on the side of the table?
No, because there's a very expensive screen behind me. A lot of
I'd throw
expensive
this, but she
equipment.
made it for me, so it'd
That'd be pretty
ungrateful.
rude.
I mean, I don't know how much I'm going to. I don't know. I mean, we just don't know how he's going to react to anything, any of our influences. I mean, I still can dose him with bliss, but
Can we
if
jam
we
him?
had to.
Zap him with a jammer?
If you jam someone's cyberware, it might do way more damage. I don't think you can just jam nanites. Like, if
All
you-
right.
Look,
Here's what I propose. We try an infiltration, a stealthy infiltration. We try to get in, disable the back fence, go in the normal way. There's not a lot of security once you get in the building. We can't predict what an unpredictable CFD sufferer is going to do when someone knocks on their door.
right. Mainframe 3 is right. The only way I can see to do this is for us to actually go in there, take him out forcibly, and then let Mitsuhama deal with him.
We have many tools at our disposal. Gassing him. We've got we've got jammers. We've got all sorts of stuff.
Can I again recommend we just all wear gloves and masks and being someone
That's good.
who is
Precautions
mostly
are good.
metal,
I'm happy to wear a respirator.
let's just all decide to be safe because we all have family.
I've got my respirator. I've got an extra gas mask for anyone who wants one.
Great. When are we gonna do this? What time?
Well, we know he's there now, so I would say let's wait for it to get.
Under cover of night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Run the shadows. Time passes. You leave the park as the sun begins to set dramatically through the cherry blossoms. Fang snaps at least one really good selfie of her
I do.
with cherry blossoms and a katana.
I leave one of the rations from my survival kit for cornbread to eat.
Great. Cornbread has definitely ripped up a lot of the sheets
Not my
in your
sheets.
capsule that you will be charged for upon checkout.
They can send me the bill in Seattle.
I feel like this trip has been a walk down memory lane, and I don't like it.
And night falls. And you head towards the building. All right. Or you begin planning first. I don't really know.
Don't have a plan.
How
guys.
sneaky.
All right, who's on the sneak team?
That's me.
That's me.
That's me.
Well, it would also be me.
Great, we're all sneaky.
No, we're not.
Bright yellow helmet.
Yeah, like. But
Well, guess who's on Team Distraction?
So I would like to point out, as we learned from the Nassim extraction, the more I can disable things before we get there, the less people get shot.
You said there's motion sensors and defenses.
Here's
Definitely
the
electric,
problem.
just so you know.
If, in case anybody hasn't done this basic math, we only get paid if we complete the entire mission, which includes testing out these stupid weapons they gave us.
I will gladly extract him and then shoot bullets in Osaka, Kyoto. Where are we?
There, if you guys want to do a bit more of a smash and dash,
I'm not.
he's got.
No, I'm
there
not
are windows.
arguing.
I can levitate us right up to
I'm
the
not
windows.
arguing. I'm just saying, before we end tonight, we have to test our weapons in one capacity or another in order to qualify for the money that's been promised.
Well, before we leave.
Before you,
Exactly.
you know that you have to get back to Osaka, and you are currently in Kyoto. So at some
Thank
point,
you.
you have to travel with Yoshida.
Right.
There's plenty of opportunities, but it is duly noted.
What's
I've got 2 grenades what emits gas, and I'm pretty sneaky. You said there's a window?
There's also a balcony.
oh.
Well, I
window,
can-
balcony.
I can conceal us and levitate us right over to that balcony. I mean, we definitely want Mainframe 3 to make sure that there's not going to be any technological impediment to us getting there. but-
No,
Crummy
don't
can get
bother
us
with
into
that.
Make a door.
Okay, so the objective is to get him out as quickly as possible. What's the minimum number of people we need to do that? I'm pretty good at knocking someone out, or gassing them and carrying them out.
I just need
As
to
am
be
I.
nearby. I don't need to be in the room.
Neither does
How
Mordecai.
close is nearby?
Outside the fence, for sure. You know.
I mean, once you enter the house, you don't really have to worry about noise, and did you reboot your device?
I would have.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you do remark the host, and that's the only time you're really contend with the noise issue.
So why don't Cromie and I go in,
Okay.
and everybody.
Thing be
Yes.
ready for distraction
Yeah.
if we need it.
Finally, something that makes sense. Yes.
All
And I'm gonna position myself near Fang, not directly near,
So-
but so that there might be some defense if someone finds me.
So just once more for the record,
Yeah.
so we all understand, can we go over what the plan is?
What you want to say? Yeah.
Mainframe is looking for and disabling any mechanical security devices that run on electricity and are technology based. Once those are disabled, Mordecai, we'd like for you to astrally project into the room, make sure that we're not going to get, I don't know, attacked by something terrible. Meanwhile, I think, what floor is the balcony on?
11.
Yeah. Yeah, if Cromie and I can get a lift once we know the site is secure.
If you can move us slowly and smoothly enough, we won't set off motion detectors.
I don't think I can lift you while I'm astrally projecting or control your movement while I'm astrally projecting, but if you want, I can astrally project after.
I can astrally
send you.
perceive while you do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Do you want to be concealed while you go?
It can't hurt. I've got the chameleon suit, but anything extra you give me.
I don't mean to be rude, I'm just very upset that we're dealing with nanites right now and we can't just leave. It's a pretty rotten deal.
It's like Mitsuhama thought someone wouldn't want to do this run unless they didn't have a choice.
Anyway, that's my 2 bits. Let's do it.
Can I get a very clear set of instructions what I need to do so I don't set off alarms or?
All right. I think it's like this, Fang.
Yeah.
You wait, and when we give you the word, you just be yourself. Just do whatever comes naturally.
Okay.
And I have a feeling it's going to be the right thing.
Probably on the other side of the building.
Yeah,
maybe?
I mean, yes. What is that word?
Dandelion.
No. That's a different word.
Oh.
We need a special word for me if you don't mind.
Hey, go.
That's it. That is the word. When
No,
you
no,
say bang
no.
and then go, I will be myself.
Well, before we do anything else, I'm going to cast a Forced 1, increase reflexes through my focus, but I'm going to use 3 of my fancy potent reagents to increase the limit to 6. So,
Hopefully.
yes, hopefully. So, I'm going to...
Using the thing we're supposed to use.
Yeah.
So first, I'll cast the spell, and I will now roll to see what happens, and I did not roll a 1.
Okay.
So, the reagents work
They do.
as...
They seem so powerful and like awesome.
Alright.
Ooh, fake shark teeth.
Lab grown.
So, my initiative goes up by 4 points in 2d6.
Cool.
So, 6. Alright. And I resist. Huh. Well, my stuff seems to work okay.
Good.
I'm gonna reconfigure my deck so that I temporarily take decryption off, which decreases my data processing, but then I'll swap in the Warhammer program so it's there when I need it.
All right.
I'm still running encryption and baby monitor.
Okay.
Million suit, grenades, tomahawk, knives. I don't take the ballistic shield, and I don't take the bow and arrows.
All right. So let's start with mainframe, getting into the host.
So we've snuck up and been communing through this stuff. Oh, great.
You're all in position.
We have 6 hits.
You succeed.
I'm in the host. Great. Again, do I need to reperceive for those particular... I want to find the fence first. Can I find the electric fence? I want to matrix perceive for the electric fence control.
Guys, we've come a long way since the Winther run. I know we can do this. We just need to trust ourselves and each other.
So you succeed in finding defense. When you look at it a little closer, you see it's like a perimeter kind of on the outside, and it glows. There's like 2 glowing lines on it, and you recognize one is the electrical current, and the other one is a proximity wire.
I would like to use my fancy Warhammer thing and target. Well, maybe we don't want to go Scorcher so much.
So you have a couple choices. You could place some more marks on that device
And control it.
and then control it to turn it off, or you could attempt to attack the device and just like straight up break it from functioning.
Is that device inheriting the marks from the host? So am I marking the host? All right, let's just do that.
So to control it, you need 1 more mark on it.
All right. And I'm running silent right now.
Okay, you're doing brute force, right?
Yeah. 3 hits, and I'm gonna. I don't think that's gonna be enough. So we are going to look deep. Take another look at this thing and take a deep breath and re-roll 10 of these.
I'm gonna try and inspire her with leadership.
Wait,
5 plus 3, 8. Yeah.
Okay, 8, you make it. I was gonna be like, otherwise.
And then he fails to even get a word out.
Great. So we have 2 marks on the host. I would like to turn the fence off.
Okay, so this is going to be electronic warfare and intuition. It's a sleaze action.
Four hits. Four hits.
The host has become aware of your presence, and the fence is still on. So everybody roll initiative.
Wait. What? I didn't do anything. Isn't that how we roll? 11.
Doesn't always go to plan.
31.
Oh, music, yeah.
Elsie.
14.
Pink.
27.
Mordecai.
Also 27.
And mainframe.
Did you boost our stats or you just yours, right?
24.
All me.
All right. First up is going to be Cromwell.
I don't. Do I even know anything's wrong yet?
Unless Mainframe would get a chance to be like, oh.
I'm just delaying then.
Okay. You know that you failed, and that they're likely going to be launching icy.
I'm having trouble with the fence.
What kind of trouble?
They probably know we're here.
Oh.
We or you?
Oh.
I just want to be clear. It's not go time yet.
No, it is not go time
Okay.
yet.
They just know someone's trying to attack their fence, though. They don't know.
Unless
where we
anyone's
are.
going to do anything before Mainframe, I'm going to just jump. So-
I'm actually
Yeah,
going
yeah,
to.
okay.
I'm going to do a 4/6 summon.
Okay.
Shit. I'm gonna use a point of my edge to reroll the misses on that. So that's 6 hits.
Your net hits are 5.
Okay. Well, I probably didn't need my edge then.
It's fine. I'm
But that's
cool that you
okay.
used it. You have a lot of services for Sharky, so.
Well, actually, this is not Sharky. This is again the spirit of man. So, the strange, sunken-eyed, featureless dwarf appears next to me on the astral plane.
All right. So the first thing that you see, Mainframe, that kind of pops up next to you as you're like standing next to the fence and you touched it and you're like, yeah, oh crap, is it looks like a probe I see, and so it's like a strange like tentacled creature that like has it's like a blob that's gonna like reach out and try and place a mark on you. So you go ahead and do intuition and firewall to defend. Ugh, I'm gonna re-roll that with some edge.
Oh.
That was terrible. I rolled a lot of dice to this guy. Okay. There is a mark. You have a mark placed on you by the host. Mainframe.
Can I use this thing? No.
To do what?
Re-roll the misses.
Yeah, if you want to.
Yes, I do. I am pissed off with that probe, and I re-rolled. Did not go. That was my pissed offness was not enough to surmount. So there the mark is.
You have a mark on you. Elsie, are you gonna do anything?
I will delay.
Okay. We can cycle back around to see if
Mordecai,
anyone's-
get us over the fence.
I'm working on it.
So one thing you can say, Mainframe, is that it is a proximity wire. So anyone who knows anything about building security, like, or two security-oriented people, can maybe. What do they know about proximity wires?
I've got 3 hits on building security.
So proximity wires are typically used around like entrances or fences, and generally detect around like 2 to 3 meters around them like life signatures. So if you're gonna levitate, you gotta have clearance above the fence. Given that there's one on the fence, it's not impossible that there's also ones on like the windows. So you know, like a cat burglar is not gonna come in without setting off an alarm.
Right, 3 meters on the fence, around the top of the fence there, and once we're in the building, if we get close, unless it sounds like Mainframes maybe not be able to disable it, they're probably gonna know he's there.
So we either need to keep working to disable it, or we need to do a big smash and grab.
Or distraction. If Mordecai, do you want to do like a perception around to see if you can get a bigger count on security in the area?
Sure. 4 hits.
So you kind of do a quick like astral jaunt around the perimeter. You see the guard and the barghest in the guardhouse, and then there seem to be another 2 pairs that are on rotation around the perimeter of the building. So you're looking at 3 people and 3 critters as site security.
So the 3 people going around
So they go running in pairs. So it's a person and a critter, and so there's a pair in the house, and then a pair that is doing a rotation.
So there's a guard and a critter in the guardhouse, and also 3 guards, each with a critter, that are currently on rotation around the fence.
2 guards on rotation.
2 guards on rotation around
Aren't
the
I
fence.
the one who's actually perceiving, or are you perceiving?
I am.
Okay.
That.
I mean, you could have done the same thing too.
Yeah,
so
no,
you probably
I
got
just
the
wanted to
same
know.
information.
Okay.
That's a lot to distract.
Are you guys ready for this?
I think so. Fang, they seem nice, so try not to kill them.
Got it.
Should I, do you want help?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Do what you need to do.
Fang, go.
Wait, really?
Wait.
Mordecai gets an initiative turn first. I assume that's what Mordecai did
Jesus
on
Christ.
his. Who was telling Fang to go.
I did
Not
not
Mordecai,
tell.
Cromwell. Like saw the security, gave that instruction.
All right.
Cromwell, you
Guess
have
this is
turn.
how we're doing it.
Oh, wait. No? Is it really go? Is it really go?
Mordecai?
Okay, it's my turn now?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to use a simple action to tell the Spirit of Man. Oh, the Spirit of Man didn't roll his initiative, by the way. Sorry about that.
Spirit of man, come on, get with the program.
His astral.
Grandpa.
13.
Hurry up.
25. So with one simple action, I tell the Spirit of Man to conceal Elsie and Cromwell.
Okay.
And then with the other simple action, I'm going to recklessly cast Levitate. Through my manipulation focus, Force 1, I'm going to use my remaining 3 potent reagents.
Glitch. Sorry.
Set the limit to 6.
Do it. You can do it, man.
And I'm casting the spell. Cromwell, the spell goes on you, so you're going to have to hold on to Elsie in order to get her up there. And I did not glitch the use of them.
Put her on my shoulder.
Well,
Like a parrot.
4, 5. So I got 5 hits on the spell, which means that they can move 5 meters per combat turn.
Great. And you have control over that?
I have control over that. I need to be looking wherever I want to.
Great.
Wherever I want to.
You
send
need to
them.
get us to the balcony, because the window's probably alarmed.
All right. So I'm looking, and I start moving them, giving plenty of clearance to there. I don't. I'm not going to let them get to the fence until the Spirit of Man has had a chance to
11th floor, please.
conceal them.
11th floor. We're talking probably 33 meters up, and then probably you're like 1, 2, 3, like another 10 out from the perimeter of the building. So we'll round it out to an even 45 meters. So that will take you 9 combat turns.
Oh.
Seriously?
That's so 30 seconds.
Wait, no. 27. Okay.
Yeah. Roughly 30 seconds.
Yeah, we don't have 30 seconds.
I will be dead.
We don't have 30 seconds.
That's 9 combat turns.
9
That's the
combat
issue.
turns
A
with
lot of
Fang
stuff
against
happens
all
in
the
a
guards?
combat turn.
It's cool.
But we're nowhere near. Like they don't know where we are.
So here's the thing. Cromwell just gave the order for Fang, go.
I have a plan. Okay.
I would like to hear Fang's plan.
So last time I cut I cut something and that was bad. Can't cut metallic things causes alarms. We did the entire fence isn't electrical, right? Just that one part on the top, right? Anyways, Fang is just going to walk like
The entire fence is electrical.
the entire fence.
Yeah.
Not. I thought that
okay,
just the
fine.
top of it was electrical. It's the entire fence.
Electric fence.
God damn
Like Jurassic Park. Lots of.
it.
It's a lot further. To be fair, I thought we were much closer based on the map. So.
Well, I mean, either way, it's
would
still
not
11
have-
stories up. So even that in and of itself is 5. That's like 6 combat.
It's
turns,
okay,
Just to go
we've got-
up the height.
We've got the
So, like,
time.
even if
They
you're
don't know where we are.
Closer in.
You guys are.
Okay.
So it might only be 40, but either way, like getting the vertical height is going to be 6 combat turns.
Okay.
Is there a garbage can near Fang? Please say yes.
Yes.
Yes! I'm gonna. Fang is just like, no! It's gonna look for a garbage can. be like, yes.
There's it's like a small one though.
Great.
It's like one of those like big belly solar things.
Great.
Like a street one.
Can I pick it up?
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw it at the
Well, it
fence.
depends on what your strength is.
I'm gonna throw it at the fence. I am distracting.
All right. So
Don't distract them to us.
go
wasn't
ahead
On the other side, though.
and
I wasn't near you guys.
Oh, you're on the other
Yeah.
side. Okay. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Dude, you got
Yeah.
this. You
Yeah.
got this,
assume
Fang.
they're coming up here and Fang is over here.
Yes, we are so smart, guys. Is
So
it a lifting?
This is
What kind of roll is this? Cause
the Cromwell. So to pick it up,
oh god.
so we'll say it's 5 out and 30 up. So it's 35. It's 7 combat turns to get there. It's body, strength plus body,
Great.
right? To grapple.
If you're concerned about how long it's going to take, maybe you shouldn't have let
Okay.
loose the dogs.
Cromwell, Fang successfully picks up the trash can. She's like across the street, down the corner, looks at the fence,
And just
and gets ready to hurl it.
Oh, good.
And with that, we shall end our evening.
Ah!
Fang is go.
Fingers go.
And we have 7 combat turns to start us off next time.
I gotta remember this joy. I'm gonna throw a cup. Wait. I gotta throw a cup.
I'm gonna take a picture of your order. I also wrote down what everyone's plan was. But that concludes the run for this evening. I hope you all enjoyed yourself because I know I did.
Yeah.
So, what's with Japan and cats?
Oh, that's too good. Such best life plans.
Wait, aren't there dice rolls happening?
Yeah, stick around. We still have metagame to come up.
Better game.
Speaking of,
Look who's back.
I'm moving my dice.
Hey!
Hope you guys enjoyed last week.
It was great.
I'm gonna stand up.
You're welcome.
Oh yeah, that's actually.
Shared my curse with all.
I already had it. It's cool. It's cool. I'm already ruined.
Cleaned it with Mountain Dew.
So I don't know if we're standing. I don't know if we're on camera.
No,
Should
you
we-
definitely need to be sitting.
Uh,
No, we're fine.
No.
Oh.
Electronic equipment. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Claudia.
Did you see me slow down? It's like I'm learning.
Yeah, I like that.
Wait, how old are you?
26.
Okay. She's learning not to run around important objects.
It's because you have to tell her to use her walking feet.
Yeah. Well, no. It's fine.
Are these things like you guys live together? So is this like?
Oh yeah, it's constantly Claudia. Use walking feet.
Well,
Walking feet.
the
Claudia.
problem is our floor is wooden. And
Also, I'm in the basement, so I can help.
I like how Claudia and my dog have the same problem with wooden floors.
they get really slippery when you run.
Yep.
Yeah.
Skids into rooms a lot.
All right. Hi guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Having a good run?
Sure.
I am.
You know?
There's so much
Yeah,
tension in our
Cromwell,
team.
not so much.
There's so much tension in our team.
Oh my god, I forgot how many things this run would trigger when I was planning it. And a lot of these, I didn't come up with most of these ideas because it's a corp run. They're like, we want him to go to Japan and we want CFD.
I was like,
I was like, yes.
That's cool.
Cromwell's two
Yeah.
triggers.
There's gonna be a lot of that coming up. A lot of
Jack.
interesting
Hi, Chad.
Hey, Jack.
extra
Hi, Chad.
little tidbits like that. But we actually have some good stuff. Some stuff that'll make you.
Oh, hey!
I'm not gonna say happy. It'll make you. Please.
If people are getting fucked, I'll be filled with a little bit of joy. So.
All right. Well, then you will be filled with a little bit of joy
Great.
4 times.
Great.
But first, research and development.
Ooh.
What do I roll?
2d6 plus 2.
Oh.
Red
You
Rock.
guys and your plus twos.
Yeah, they.
I feel like we need to we halved the cost of a lot of stuff last week, and we made other stuff like balance out a little bit more. I feel like we should increase the action point cost of adding pluses.
We can mess around with some
Yeah,
stuff.
make it more difficult.
Well,
Yes.
okay, so
That's a 3.
so
Zach is
Five.
back.
Red Raku Media that was for you. So that's a total of a 5, which is no effect.
Oh. Wait.
Oh.
Now 2d6 plus 2 for Seder Krupp's agriculture research.
Damn it.
That's a
That's-
10
well,
plus 2.
Yeah.
More sauerkraut.
Which is a 12. So that's rolling 8d8. We don't even have that many, so you're gonna have to roll this 4 times.
8d8?
Yeah.
It's a lot of
That's 8 of them.
Yes. Thank you.
15, 11, one more, and 7. All right, so that's a total of 29, 39, 44% increase.
Holy shit balls!
For Seder Krupp's agriculture. Now, they're a really low tier one, so
That is
that's why the
That's
percentage
a lot
is
of
so
sauerkraut.
high.
on the market.
It's still only going to be a few billion million, but
Only a few.
But that's an impressive roll. Well done. So chat, what were you saying about my cleansing rituals not working?
Oh.
Anyway.
It's in my hands now, though.
You're fine.
But it's my dice. Let's see whose magic is stronger here. Wuxing magical
dirty.
goods 2d6 plus 2. That's a 6 plus 2 is an 8, so that's normal to increase. Their level is 7, so a d4 and a d6, please. For a total of a 7% increase, which is still, because they're a higher level, is still pretty darn good. Neonet's Media, 2d6 plus 2.
Media lets you advertise, right?
Media lets you advertise. Matrix Services will let you advertise.
It's 12.
I know. That's another
Zach is
12.
so mad at
Interesting.
himself
Very,
right
very interesting. And they can only go so much lower. That's a level 2 thing. So again with the 8d8. So these 4 times once again. 7, 11, 13, and 9. So not quite as good, but still pretty darn good. 20, 33, 40. So that's a 40% increase to Neonet's Media branch,
Maybe
which
they
is
can
actually
use
new
that
for them.
to apologize for their part in CFD.
One last
Actually knows
research
where it came from.
is 2d6 plus 2. That's Evo's Biotech.
Alien Inner Wonder Minor for one. There's a new
No,
roll.
no, no, no.
Just stop. Shh.
What am I rolling?
Another 2d6 plus 2, please.
Yeah, we need to make these plus 2s more expensive.
That's only a 6, so no impact for Evo's Biotech.
Yeah, suck it, Evo.
But overall, some really high rolls from Zach.
Whatever, bullshit.
Now we're going to get into where the high rolls are something that you want. So we have,
now we're gonna
first
roll.
off, we have some negative PR against Shiawase's Biotech. And this actually falls into the metagame, even the RPG aspects of the metagame. This is part of the run.
Somebody's saying they paid mainframe to roll.
Oh, I apologize. Yeah, we'll have to redo Evo. I'm sorry. Cheryl, would you be so kind as to roll 2d6? They get a reroll. That was my bad.
I mean, I'm rolling
You're all
three,
coming
it's
over
like-
here to do it and everything. Go ahead.
All right. It's 1.
That's much better. That's much better.
Yay! Not at all on camera, so come
Around.
over here and back.
So 8. So roll 2d4.
2d4.
3. Still, given their high level there, that's 3% increase on something that they have a fair amount in already. So that's pretty solid. Pretty solid. Thank you. Sorry, apologies to Evo for that. And thank you, chat, for
Exciting.
catching it.
So
But
purple in your hair.
Shiawase's Biotech, this is the result of the run that Infect finished last week.
Nice.
So
Amazing
this
video.
was Lauren and I working together. So normally you can't get a +2 in PR rolls, but they get it because of how I decide to work things out. So 2d6 +2.
You want to elaborate on that, or just?
Because we practiced.
I decided.
Well, okay. I did during corporate news, actually.
Okay.
So
2d6.
+2. So 7. Oh, that's disappointing. No effect.
What?
Oh, we did nothing.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. No effect on that PR. Well, you did. That was just one aspect of it. They really wanted that run to encompass a lot of different gains in the metagame, and I wasn't willing to give them all of them. So this was part of a compromise insofar as, well, I'll give you this, but not all of that. It's the no but portion of yes and.
Yeah. No, but.
No.
I guess
no,
Dr.
but-
Grumpy isn't working out for you.
So the next is just a regular negative PR campaign against Shiawase's law enforcement. So
Everyone hates
2d6.
Shiawase right now.
And 8 is just enough to have an impact. Level 2, that is 2d20. Yep.
Just
Nope.
one. Oh, there it is, right next to it.
For 25% loss to Shiawase's
Yeesh.
law enforcement branch.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. That is a lot. All right, so we've got 2 attack rolls still.
Boom!
Neonet's media is being attacked. 2d6.
Oh, suck it!
For a result of 8, which is roll to reduce at 2. That is 2d20. You just have them.
I know.
It's right there.
It's so camouflaged.
Well, that's because it's 2 different colors of dice.
Zen Blade seems to think Mainframe rolls all of their actions.
Okay. Only if they want all of their actions to be public.
Oh.
Do you really want that? Because I can go get the other sheets and right. So 24% negative on Neonet's media.
Boom! Eat it!
And then another 2d6 against Shiawase's media.
Everyone's picking on Shiawase.
So 8 again, which means roll 3d6, please.
Come on, Shiawase, big money! Damn it. Could have been better.
You could have. 9. So that's a 9% loss to Shiawase's media, and that's what we've got for public metagame roles. I will say Renraku's media was espionaged, and Seder Krupp's agriculture was espionaged. The media has no effect. The agriculture I will roll myself privately so that we can't track those as well.
Is there a reason you didn't want to mention what Alienator brought up about that cloud?
Oh no, I just wanted to save it for later.
Oh.
So
Well,
we can talk about it now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, did you want to get super excited about it?
I forgot what I was
Just
saying.
pretend to be excited about something.
Oh, I am! Ah!
There is a new chat room in our
That's right!
Discord server.
I remember now.
Do you want to take over?
There's a roleplay room in the Discord where you can roleplay corporate stuff. It's really exciting.
She got it.
All right.
That was that.
Role play!
Yeah.
So join our Discord server if you are a subscriber, and if you're not a subscriber, well,
Fix that.
you probably are a subscriber. So join our Discord server, and if you're on our Discord server, then join a core, so you can get in on this stuff.
I'm gonna log in from
And
work.
you can make Zach frown about gaining 44% in your agriculture.
Sure.
Distract myself from my corporate job by role-playing a corporate job.
Yes, exactly. So that's it. That's what we got. We're done. We're good.
Guys, thank you for tuning in today. Usually we would do Honesty Hour on Wednesday nights, but I've slept 4 hours in 3 days, and I'm falling quickly, so I'm going to call tonight a rest night.
Donations?
I'm gonna rest.
Yeah, we want to read the donations.
Yeah, I've got them right here.
Okay.
Can you do that then?
No, I
then
have
you
them
can go
right
to
here, and I'm going to choose not to. I'm going to decide, since you asked so nicely, that I won't.
I think I overdid it on the elf magic. Did you say a rest night?
Someone's going to secretly hit him over the head with a bat and just make him go to sleep.
It's called Malika.
That's what happens every night.
Malika,
I am really cranky when I haven't slept in 3 days. Alicus donated $25. Edge to Elsie. Does this give Whooshing extra chances to win at Genie's side game, or is it still just one entry? I can't wait to see what the prizes are.
Wait, there's a side game?
What's the game?
There are
Side
things.
game? Okay, cool.
It's just it's just
keeping a list.
It's just a shit list.
Just shit
Oh.
list.
Okay.
I do things with it,
And a heart list.
like art.
Vasco the Gamer donated $75, 3 points of edge for Mainframe, courtesy of MomFram3, less than 3. We're glad to have you back.
Love
Ah.
you guys.
Fernan Talk, $50. Welcome back, Mainframe. 2 edge for our Decker, hashtag Renraku.
Thank you.
She used all that today, too.
We did miss her a lot.
William TW donated $25. When you roll bad, you're sad and want to cry. Use this edge, re-roll that unruly die. Go at Infect, Lauren. Hit them GM style. My heart is split though. I want you to smile. Sure, but not that any of them runners die. Hashtag Neonet. I think that was kind of supposed to be a song or something.
Or a poem.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
slam
got-
poetry.
Yeah.
We didn't egg her on at Poe's voice.
Doesn't
No.
keep you off the shit list, Neonet.
You're on my list.
That was it for tonight's donations, guys. Quick reminder: we have posted the purchasables for DFA. One of those purchases has to be purchased by tomorrow morning. I'm gonna sneeze because my allergies are. Fuck! Seattle.
Dramatic.
That was not as cute as
What
it
did
was.
somebody say?
Springtime.
What did somebody say? I can't. I don't think they said it on air today, but somebody did say the trees are jizzing outside.
Oh,
Yep.
that sounds like
That's
That's
charming.
that's description of Seattle.
It's the best description of the smell of a cottonwood tree, too.
Oh God.
Oh Lord.
Okay. And we went there, guys. The DFA purchasables are up, and one of them has to be purchased by tomorrow morning to go into effect because we have to have time to do it. So you can pay to get the Catapult repainted, Beta's mech, to get a completely new paint job of your choice with your name on it, and it would be his new paint job for a while before we cycle back through. But that has to be purchased by tomorrow morning to go into effect. Otherwise, it would not go into effect until next week if someone buys it, because it takes time for Viking Last to do this, to paint this stuff. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm glad to be back. We have a lot to do. We've got all sorts of fun stuff coming your way really soon. No honesty hour tonight, like I said, because I need some sleep and food and rest and all those wonderful things. But we will be updating you soon on all the cool stuff going on in the channel and the new shows that we have coming up and changes to schedule and all that stuff. And I'll end ominously like that. Bye.
Bye!